All right, here I am putting the base coats on a couple of Malcadors for my Imperial Guard slash Solar Auxiliary. You know the name Solar Auxiliary. I'm not sure what in the hell that's actually supposed to mean. It's like Solar Auxiliary. Like, yeah, that doesn't mean anything, I don't think. I mean, calling them you know, the Imperial Guard or just the Imperial Army would make a lot more sense than. I mean, what they're the auxiliary to the Space Marines, I guess. But then what does the Solar mean? It's like, what are we even talking about over here? I got a homie coming over later. I don't know him. He's a homie I don't know. But he is going to be buying a bunch of 40K terrain and some chaos cultists from me. So awesome. But yeah, got the camera set up so that, see, these two are a squad. And then I've got another Vanquisher, I think. I'm not sure. No, I don't have another Vanquisher. I've got a squad of Vanquishers, a squad of Laser Destroyers, and then a squad with just the standard gun and Demolisher cannon. So, yeah, I've got 3 squads of Malcador, it looks like. And right now they're getting a nice, steady, even wash of Bag of Bones from Vallejo, which is going to give them this cool brown color. And Bag of Bones, it'll, like contrast paints are supposed to do, it'll drip into the all the cracks and grooves and everything and be darker there. And then when I go over it with the Vallejo Iraqi sand dry brush, really light dry brush, that'll really, really pick out, the raised details. Then I typically use a darker metal color to do the tracks and the um, exhaust, all of that. I mean, I've seen so many beautiful armies for this game painted up. But I have to admit, I mean, I'm going for the best that I can, which I don't think is going to be, some of these guys, it's like they're literally painting, the eyes and stuff into their Space Marines. And I'm just like, man, oh man, so good. Whereas I'll be happy just to be able to paint the sergeant's shoulder pads black so that, instead of their red, maybe do something like that, right? Today, also, in addition to selling off some old 40K stuff for some money, which maybe I can use to buy some epic stuff or put it in savings. I don't know. And I've got a couple of guys who are wanting more info on the Slaanesh Chaos Army. So Might be able to get rid of that for a little bit of money too. Then this has nothing to do with Epic, but I'm going to show it off anyway. I haven't put the wash on it yet, and I need to do some details up there for ammo boxes and everything. But it's a post-apocalyptic Humvee. And I'm thinking something like this would be really cool for like a Twilight 2000 game or something like that. So I put it together and painted it, and we'll see. So let these guys sit over here, maybe where you can see them, and see what else I've got now. I know what I want to work on. I think it's like, what do I want to work on versus what do I or should I work on, Set this aside. Grab some of this. What am I doing here? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to put some of these together, man. That's what I want to do. Put this empty box in the trash can. So I went on the Army Builder yesterday and built my Imperial Guard Army out. And it's a little over 2,000 points. That's what I was shooting for. So I'm pretty happy with that, 2,000. 2,000's good, right? So look at all these tiny little transfers, man. Okay. Is this the directions? This has happened like a couple times now, and I'm like, what? It's like you open up the Games Workshop box, and there's like an envelope in there. It's like, I guess it's their way of trying to protect the instructions or something. I don't know. Honestly. It is the instructions. Oh, wait. Plus, it's got some cards. Look at that. We got some cards. All right. Each one of these cards is.
I hope it is. For Montana's sake.
So there's banners.
Yeah, I need to at some point call Missy Sue.
Use the command of a friendly model with a. Okay, agile. Not affected by difficult or dangerous terrain. Oh, these are so if you want to use these guys with Titan. The Titan game. What's up, James? What's up, Shadow? How you doing, homies? I'm not doing anything super exciting on. Well, Shadow might think it's exciting, but I don't know if anybody else will. So the bases on these guys are actually really big. That's like, you see, that's not quite the size of a Warhound Titan, but pretty damn close. So let's see how we build these monstrosities. Okay, apparently we gotta decide what kind of monstrosity we're building. Oh, okay. I see. I think I see. I see, said the blind man. So, yeah, we got Big James, Shadow. A lot of people don't know this, but Shadow's real name is Eugene. And when he was young, he was a child actor. He was actually in the video Hot for Teacher. He played the nerdy guy. Well, these tanks over here, they're Malcadors for the Imperial Guard. But I've decided, because I'm a large child, that, well, all of my Imperial Guardsmen are done. I've got 2,000 points, and that's not counting if I wanted to throw a Warhound Titan in. But did anyone watch Discourse Mini Channel? Yeah, I heard about that. Unfortunately, I did not get to hear about it, before it was gone. But I'm sure, you know how the internet is. Once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. So, literally, like, from what she was saying, every model that Games Workshop made, what it was released as a 3D render. And which means if you got a 3D printer, you can use that 3D render to make your own everything. And unlike other things, I mean, you print it out and there will literally be zero way for Games Workshop to even tell if it's I guess you would say counterfeit or not. So it's pretty crazy. That's all I can say about it. Pretty crazy. So, and yeah, they can do their best to try to, stop people from doing whatever, but it's not gonna work. I mean, once we all know, once it's out there, it's out there. Well, that's just that, So yeah. I also believe that you basically enacting all the 2025 that you told everybody would happen by yourself by refusing to continue the government. Okay, let's see now. How does this actually go on there? It says it goes right there. But it is, I must admit, I have laughed more this week watching politics than I have in the last 6 months. It's just been fun as well.
appreciate having me. I do. And it's been,
Hmm.
but let me let you go. You said you had something to do with Keith. Give Keith our love as well, me and Chef and the baby. Give her a kiss from us. And make sure you don't forget at some point to send me an address
Oh,
in case I
okay.
want to send you nonsense.
I figured it out. It goes like that.
Well, I
Yay.
mean, it's not going to be cookies now because it's too hot and y'all are protected.
But Mom,
But it would be presents. I mean, that's Tracy knows. That's the
my underwear is too loose and my socks are too tight.
That would be awful. Now, my
Dun,
that
dun,
would
dun,
not be
dun,
fun.
dun, dun,
That
dun,
would be
dun,
if
dun,
we
dun,
phone calls
dun,
from
dun,
Jackson
dun,
when
dun,
Tracy
dun,
does
dun,
that.
Oh yeah.
Sure, like, you act like I'd allow him to get away with that. That's so cute.
Yeah. Don't want to be no Joe Cool.
Yeah, I mean, that way if I'm ever like, "Ooh, I'm baking cookies,"
Maybe I should go to hell, but I'm not feeling well. Teacher needs to see me after school.
All right, I love you, sweet.
I think of all the education that I missed, but then life was never quite like this.
This is so tiny, how it just would be stolen. It's like
I
mail.
got it made, got it made, got it made. Hot for teacher.
Okay.
Let me so.
I am.
Yeah, that's the good Van Halen with
Okay, so
David
now
Lee
I'm
Roth
just
in it.
give me a package out of this. A place where I can send you fun shit. But, all right, I love you, sweetheart. Give a baby kiss.
My wife is making cookies for my daughter
All right, bye.
because it's what she does. My daughter will enjoy them since, you know, she recently gave birth, so that'll be good. Okay, so this thing is not easy to build. I'm going to tell you that right now.
That was one more thing off my list of important shit to do today. Call my niece and wish her a
Call the
happy
niece.
birthday.
It's her birthday?
It was on the 30th, the day Marsha passed.
Aw.
So, I mean, and I didn't want to call her because I didn't want to talk about Marsha's death. That seemed like it should be present. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, Michelle is so weird about, she still treats all the kids like they're 5-year-olds, but anybody telling them shit that she hasn't pre-approved.
Right.
And how was I going to have a conversation with Jessica, who knew I just been to see Marsha and not mention Marsha just died?
Right.
It's saying like a field of landmines. You see a difference.
Yeah.
So I didn't call her for her birthday, so I owe her a belated birthday call.
Okay.
Now I'm making cookies.
And I'm building some models and chatting to myself. And the gentleman I talked to and told you about should be here in an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. Don't forget to clean the toilet for me, my love. Just in case you have.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Unfortunately, with some of the illness I had going on, that toilet is probably.
Let's not get into any of that.
Yeah, no. Okay. He does have to come inside though. The house will smell like homemade cookies.
Well, true. Which
I'm
is,
sorry, homemade cookies are one of the best smells in the world.
they are. I mean, who doesn't love homemade cookies?
You, when we met,
Diabetics.
you tried to feed me Chips Ahoy. Do you remember my face?
Shush.
What?
I said shush.
Why are you shushing me?
Because you deserve it.
These are the cookies of sadness. Let me bake you real cookies, sir.
Yeah, the cookies of sadness. That's so funny.
And then once you had, well, you and Brittany had, you're like, yeah, these are better cookies.
Well, I mean, yeah, they were much better cookies. But yeah, when he gets somewhat close, I'll go ahead and box everything up and carry it out and stage it. There'll be one more bunch of stuff going. Do 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 do.
One is spending now. I made so many.
Okay. Well,
Because I double batched it because I wanted to deliver, you know, not like.
What's up, James?
how you doing, man?
Chilling. It's funny. I made chocolate chip peanut butter cookies last night myself. So
You did?
Yeah. I like to bake because nobody else in my family knows how to bake, and I grew up learning that if I wanted certain things, I'm gonna have to do it myself.
Well, the only thing I ever really bake is bread. My wife is in charge of cookie baking. That is her talent.
My wife is what?
In charge of cookie baking because that's her talent.
I have many talents, but that is one of them.
I didn't say you didn't have other talents. So, hey, yeah, working on some stuff that at least at one point you liked.
Well, I still like Epic. I just the new scale and everything like that means I got to buy everything all over again, and for the same amount of money, and if not less, I could just finish off my original Epic collection and have that. I
Yeah.
have enough. I literally have enough for 5 players. Well, what? Eldar, Imperial Guard, Marines, Chaos, Orcs.
Or if they're going to unleash Xenos at some point for this.
Mhm.
Because this is, well, the original Space Marine, I kind of got the um, belief was um, Horus Heresy.
Yeah, the original was the Heresy.
And this one is Horus Heresy too. Of course, since they wrote a bunch of books about it. One thing I remember about the original one is I had the lead miniatures of the demon Primarchs.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the snake looking Fulgrim and all that. And those don't seem to be a thing in this yet. I mean, they don't exist.
We'll give them time.
And I'm like, yeah, because I was like, you would think that those things would be
Insanely popular.
No, I think a package just arrived.
Nice. I got a bunch of stuff due in the mail, but we'll see when it gets here. No big hurry to stack more boxes.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Right now, I'm actually I'm trying to find. I painted up about 40 miniatures last month for Mini Warmutt's painting challenge, and
Nice.
then I got to find a place to put them. I've got these. Hold on a second, I'll show you.
So,
You ever see these cases before?
yep. Oh,
99-cent store used to have them for
UPS.
like $3 a piece, but 99-cent store went out of business, so now I can't find them. I should probably go on like AliExpress or whatever. Oh man, sun's freaking glaring. Because I've got I got literally about 30 of these, and I could use 100 more. Not even joking.
Sounds to me like you need to get rid of some stuff. Let me go pick this stuff up. I just got the thing from UPS
Sure.
saying we finally delivered the things you ordered like a month ago. Because we're a bunch of jerks. Back you hound. You vicious hound. He said, I'm not a vicious hound. I'm a loving puppy. Yes, you are. You are a good puppy. Made so made. Hot for teacher. Dun, 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 dun. This interesting. Tell you what, the only bad thing about ordering from Etsy is some people, not all of them, but some of them, it takes so long for them to ever deliver anything, you know? Like it was so bad at one point that I ordered some stuff, and like a month later, the people were like, hey, we're having a hard time getting your, sorry, it's late. And they had the nerve to try to blame the tariffs. Sorry, it's late. We've been dealing with tariffs, blah, blah, blah. And that pissed me off. So I said, well, you can just refund the money. And they did. Because, I mean, that's such a stupid thing for them to say.
Well, were they in the States?
No, they're in Spain.
Oh,
But the reason it's a stupid thing to say is because I'd already received so many different packages from like Poland, Ukraine,
gotcha.
and even Kazakhstan. And it never really took very long, you know what I mean? But, you know, then they're trying to say, you know, sorry it's so late. Now, this person has been really, really late. And they know they've been really, really late because they basically sent me this much you can't see. They basically sent me a shit ton of bonus stuff.
Right.
Because they know they're late. And they
I do that too with eBay. If I'm late,
they're in Texas. But on the other hand, the website said, please forgive us if things run late. We're kind of backed up, you know?
Mhm.
So
I just had to. I shipped something out last weekend or the weekend before. I was super late. I just sent them a free mini, you know, and
that's what these people did. They sent me like 12 free things.
well, what I sell is original lead antique minis. So one mini is, you know, $15, $20. So
You think I'm impressed? I'm not impressed.
no,
I'm
it's just
sitting here with a desk full of lead Star Frontier ships.
I got all those too.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Some of them still sealed, blisters and boxes.
I got boxes, but not blisters. But you can get blisters for damn near dirt cheap on.
Yeah, I was noticing that a while ago. They really never went up much in value. Like for example, the Marvel superhero set. If you try to find that, or some of the other, not the big boxes like the 20 mini boxes of miniatures or the Red Dragon. That's that could be $200 or more to find one of those. The Red Dragon with the big pile of treasure as a base. And every time I see that pile of treasure like being sold individually, I snap that sucker up. You literally can never have too many piles of treasure.
I'm not the collector you are, homie.
Yeah.
Like, I do collect things, but not just to have them.
Well, it's an investment. I've made probably $100,000 alone just selling old lead miniatures.
Damn, homie. I wonder how much I could get for the bunch of lead BattleTech figures I have.
Honestly, about 10 to 15 each.
Because I've got a couple hundred of them.
Now the problem with it, is the resale part. You can throw them on eBay, but if whoever's doing it doesn't know what they are, what the names are, and just says BattleTech miniature number lot A, you'll have a harder time selling them. I'm having to go through my stuff, and like with books and things, I'll put a note on it: do not resell for less than X dollars. So
Yeah,
that
I know the. Hey, how you doing, Timmy?
Hey,
what's up,
I
bud?
know the original Marauders I have, the ones that just look like walking eggs. There are people on there trying to sell them for like $50, $60 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, really?
There's a company out there you probably know and have heard of them, Noble Knight.
Yep.
They're partially responsible for behavior like that. They sell everything at collector value, top notch mint condition kind of value, which even in my wildest dreams would I think I could make that. And then everybody else sees that when they're going to research, like they want to sell their own miniatures, and they look, oh hey, one's selling for $50. I could get $50 too, and then it never happens, and it just fills the eBay space with worthless ads from people who have delusions of grandeur on how much money they're going to make.
I have delusions of grandeur, but has nothing to do with money.
Hey, I asked you earlier, but I guess you missed it, or I missed the answer. What are you painting on? It says Dungeons and Dragons.
Painting?
Oh, the box that you're painting on.
Oh, that's a dye box I bought like 10 years ago. And I've used it for literally everything but rolling dice in.
Okay. I've never seen it before. That's why I asked.
Well, it was, I think Gale Force 9 or something made it back when they used to make a lot of D&D related products,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I picked it up for like $12 or whatever it was. And like on the inside, it's got like, a bunch of spots to store or roll your dice.
Because it looks like it looks bigger than it probably is.
It's about 8 by 8 squared, and then
it looks a lot bigger than that.
Maybe 3 inches deep.
I mean, it looks like a cutting board, big.
Right. No, it's not that big. Move these guys back so that I can show off some other things that Shadow might like to see anyway. He's not. I don't know if you're going to be able to see what they are.
Is the Monarch? No, 21 and 24.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've got Dean and Hank too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What, no Brock?
Didn't have one.
You're serious.
Oh,
He
that
was-
sucked. Most iconic character in that show.
Right, the most popular character on the show.
I can't help it. I didn't
Yeah.
tell the guys what to do. They did what they wanted to do.
Sure, but it's just weird, right?
I agree with you. I mean, come on. Brock Sampson. He's like,
Swedish Murder Machine.
I mean, name another guy that shaved a Bigfoot. I dare you.
Maybe the original Steve Austin off camera,
Yeah, maybe.
or what was that show, Bigfoot and Wild Boy, or whatever the hell it was? Remember the Sid and Marty Krofft show that kind of inspired Bigfoot and the Bionic Man?
I'm sorry to say I do not remember. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was god awful. It had a very serious sort of NAMBLA feel to it.
What?
Yeah, it was just like teen kid. It was like kind of like Tarzan / caveman / Kazar, running around in the woods of North America with Bigfoot, getting in adventures.
Yeah, I don't think I like the sound of that.
It was a thing. It was Sigmund and the Sea Monster, Land of the Lost, Dr. Shrinker, Lost Saucer, Lidsville, H.R. Puff and stuff. All those shows Sid Marty Krofft made. Well, that was one of them. And some of them, obviously less well known. Lost Saucer, Dr. Shrinker, Electra Woman and Dyna Girl. That was probably my second favorite.
Well, I can say that I was a fan of the original Land of the Lost.
Yes, that was the premiere show. The probably the show. Not only that they put the most money in, but they paid the most or they got the best writers. Harlan Ellison, I think, wrote for it as well. Not saying he was a good writer, but he was prolific and well known.
See, I can't watch TV too much because it makes me a misogynist.
Yeah, you don't watch any TV. Getting ready to cancel Netflix as soon as Stranger Things, the finale comes on. After that, done.
You still watch that show?
I love that show.
That's so weird. Okay.
It's a good show.
No, I watched it a long time ago.
Well, that's okay.
Season
Listen,
1, actually.
with all due respect, James, and I say this in a place of love, some of the shows you do watch with the missus, I go, really? You watch that? But I let it slide. Yeah.
Well, The Chosen was good.
I didn't say I watched every show you watch with your
The
wife.
Boys, I don't know. Maybe it's good.
Yeah.
It is good.
I mean, my wife, because we're talking about playing superheroes, she wanted to watch superheroes.
No, it makes sense. But what's your issue with Stranger Things? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
I just didn't care for it.
If you didn't care for it, that's fine. But
I remember thinking it was really neat. I remember not being happy when Samwise got killed at the lab.
yeah, that was kind of shitty because I thought he was a really good character, and
He
it
was-
a shame
he
that they
was
killed
like-
him off.
Yeah, he was one of the. he was one of the greatest characters of all time. Maybe not in the top 100, but he was such a great, lovable character that you felt like gut punched when he
He
bit the gut.
reminds me of my pops. He was just such a good guy, you know.
That was the thing. Yeah, that's it. He was such a good guy. You're like, man, look at this motherfucker. It's not even his kid. And
It was like when
out of his
when they
way.
killed Billy, when they killed Billy on Battlestar Galactica.
I'm sorry, who?
Billy, the new Battlestar Galactica. You probably didn't
I'm
watch
sorry,
it.
what?
Yeah, okay. So there was this kid called Billy. He was a really
I remember he was President Laura's assistant kid, and he was really good.
He was a great kid, and he had that smoking hot girlfriend, and they killed him off so that they could move her
over to Apollo. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
and it was just so
It's
transparent.
an awful show, though. It was an awful show, dude. Come on.
You
Like,
know,
I get it. People liked it. They liked it, but compared to the original, give me the original any day of the week.
when I met Edward James Olmos, I was talking to him about it, and I could just see him just fucking in some other place. You know, it was like, yeah, I hated being on that show.
Do you know why there were no aliens on that show? Do you know why? Because
No.
Almost said, the
Oh, yeah.
minute I see a prosthetic head, I quit the show. Like, how does an actor get to control millions of dollars of production like that? What are you drinking there, Shadwell?
Just water.
Oh, okay.
He,
But- I got my crunchy ice in here. It keeps me from snacking. Because I was a big chip
Edward
guy.
James Olmos.
Sorry, what was that?
You asked the question, how does an actor, and I said, because he's Edward James Olmos.
Yeah, no, that doesn't wash.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Edward James Olmos, Miami Vice, Blade Runner,
Blade Runner.
and
He was good.
He was
Yeah.
also in that. The real reason that he's an issue is when he played that school teacher.
oh yeah, fuck, Stand by no, Stand and Deliver no.
Yeah,
Fuck, I
the
know which
one
one you're
where he
talking
was in
about.
high
Yeah,
school
yeah.
with all
Because
the
of that
football
movie,
kids
he
and,
became
you
he
know,
became like the Latino actor, the apogee of Latina actors.
No, and I
because
hear you on
Hartman
that.
made fun of him.
But I hear you on that, and you're not wrong. But let's be honest. Hang on. So Miami Vice was the '80s. Blade Runner was the early '84, '82. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. The teacher movie was. I can't even find the name of that fucking movie. That's the worst part.
How
Give me
do
a
I
second.
reach these kids?
Yeah. That was like the 80s, wasn't it? Or the early 90s?
Okay,
It was,
So what the fuck? Stand and Deliver, 1988. So what the fuck did he do between 1988 and 2004, 2005 when that came out? That was made him such a superstar that he had such control and power. Nothing.
because the reason I met him, he was my son had been invited to the Young Latino
Yeah.
filmmakers thing.
There it is. There it is.
Mhm.
That's what I was waiting for. He's. I hate to break the news to Edward James Olmos. He was the token Latino for the longest time for Hollywood.
Right. And well, he's like what was her name with the Screen Actors Guild, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Mr. Michelle Gellar. Hang on.
He's like,
I'll be right.
Gilbert, Sarah Michelle Gilbert.
sorry,
Right
I
now,
don't give two
millions
shits
of
about.
nerds are just losing their mind at you.
Yeah. Okay. When I see the number count of that many views, I'll give it to you. But the 4 people that are watching right now,
No, I just mean in general.
oh, they felt a silencing of the force.
They
millions of
felt the
voices.
disturbance of the force. They're like, did
What's up,
someone
Dead
just
Angel?
refer to
What's
our
up, George?
goddess?
Sorry, I didn't have the
Michelle
comments on.
Gilbert?
Mm-mm.
All the
Well, whatever her
nerds
name was
used to
from
love
Little
her.
House on the
She
Prairie.
was on like Buffy or whatever.
No. She was on.
So you're confusing Sarah Michelle Gellar and Melissa Gilbert.
Yeah, she was on Little House on the Prairie.
Miss Little, yeah, she was Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie. Remember her?
Oh,
She married Barry-
Shadows
she's married
Up and
to Bruce Boxleitner or something.
Right,
like that?
right. And then she was, wife number 2.5 or whatever, and she got into Hollywood politics in
Yep.
in SAG or whatever, and that's what Almost did, but on the Latino side of that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And my point is that Edward James Olmost's ego writes far larger checks than his box office.
I mean, he might have been on some, A&E or
I can't argue with you.
a Hallmark, kind of shows or something. But I
Actually,
didn't
that's
get it.
wrong, Bear. I
Mhm.
could argue with you.
You could.
I could argue with you. We could go round and round in circles. But the problem is, I would just be playing devil's
Yeah.
advocate.
Absolutely.
Because
And
I
I
agree with
appreciate that.
So,
And I appreciate that. I do.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I was
But-
saying, guys. She was president of SAG for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
no, it wasn't SAG, George. It was the Film Actors Guild.
Yeah, exactly. Nice job, fag. Well done, fag. I fucking love that. That's still my
that was the
favorite bit.
best.
That
Matt,
movie is so
Damon.
underrated. That movie is when I was in security, we used to sit around every now and then and one of us would randomly just go, "We're guards. Guards." Like we would just do it. It was just like it was a joke we all thought was really fucking funny, Like movie's underrated. So underrated.
Matt
Team America?
Damon.
Team America, yeah.
Oh,
Kids-
absolutely.
The fucking Generation Z, they don't think it's funny.
They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Well, they're
I
probably
mean, they literally know how to.
Hello,
Hey, what's
Janet.
up, Janet?
Hey, Sacha.
I
Hello,
watched it the
Sacha
first time, not
and
knowing.
Janet.
The first
Probably they're too sensitive.
Well, when half your movie is Durka Durka Jihad Durka Durka, that kind of triggers them. Surprisingly.
again, good. I'm glad it does that. The first time I watched it, I bought it. My mom bought it for me from a thrift store. She was going, and I had to push her around in her wheelchair, and she saw it and was like, "Well, what's this?" And I'm like, "Oh God, I wanted to watch that. Let's get it." It was like $2. Come home, watch it, and I'm just freaking dying during the sex scene. No idea that was coming, but watching that movie, there are very few movies that have that kind of just craftsmanship. When it came to everything that they had to make from scratch, the vehicles, the puppets, the scenery, all that stuff was just absolutely amazing.
And you had no idea it was coming, huh?
No idea. And we were just like,
On Matt Damon.
Yeah, I think Bear told me because Bear knows about
Damon.
movies that when they were baking all the heads for Matt Damon, they all got jacked up. So they just decided to make
it was his head, yeah.
retarded.
Yeah. When his head came out, it was like, well, that didn't bake well at all. They just stared at it, and then one of them went, Matt Damon. They were like, that's it. And then the worst part is someone told Matt Damon about it, and he thought it was so fucking funny. He asked him if he could be in the movie and do his own voice, and they couldn't because of surprisingly SAG rules. Because there was something to do with SAG because they weren't paying union talent for the voices.
Just
They were doing ununion.
whatever.
They were doing ununionized talent or something, or it was going to cost too much money because of SAG. Something to do with SAG. They were like, no, sorry, we can't. They would have loved to have had Matt Damon in there just one day going, Matt Damon. That would have been heaven for them,
right?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course.
But that movie is so fucking funny because it's like the one thing. Like I had a roommate, and he was very much what I would call a Gen X millennial, like in that he was of Gen X, but he had a millennial behavior about everything. And he was one of those human beings that, like in our 30s, the rest of us had all stopped arguing, but he was still arguing with people, that kind of guy. He hates South Park. And one day I said, why do you hate South Park? So he goes, because they just make fun of everybody. They say they don't even pick a fucking side. And I'm like, yeah, that's what makes them brilliant.
Right.
That's
I
what
mean,
makes
I
their
don't like-
comedy
Well,
valuable.
Well, it kind of seems like they picked the side.
Lately, yeah. But in the old days, they didn't.
Right.
I don't
He
even
even-
pick the side. They just got paid a lot of money to make a show about some shit and whatever, you know. I mean, the thing with them is you cannot take them seriously. I mean, they
Well,
literally,
like I said, lately,
they
they-
literally tongue kiss in basketball.
Yes.
So I mean,
well, I'm not really.
they showed up to
convinced
some
that
award
was a
event and
one-time
dressed
thing.
as high as shit on acid.
Dude, I to this day will make the joke that 90% of the people don't get, which is a basketball joke, which I'll just go, these kids today with their hula hoops, their Zima, and their Dan Fogelberg records. And
Okay.
nobody gets it. Like, and it's like, that's from basketball. It's from Sport 9. Come on.
It's
Like, fuck.
Kids today have the attention span that can only be measured in
Nanoseconds.
nanoseconds. And they look over and one guy's just staring at a bird.
Yep.
It's like,
America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day.
I watched that the other day. I was
Ah.
talking to Hungar about it.
Maybe I should watch it again. I haven't seen that in a while.
My
Love
favorite
that
part
movie.
is when they turn the actor into an Arab. And like when they finally reveal him and she just spray painted and glued hair on the
Stuck some
and the one guy
roll
just all like, it's uncanny. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
when it's like, act, Gary, act. And he's at the door, and the guy's like, Durga, 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 Jihad, Durga, Durga. And he just goes, Durga, Durga, Jihad, Durga. Oh, Durga, Durga, Durga. That fucking scene. I was in the theater. My laugh must have made 3 people jump because I just bark laughed at that moment. It was so funny. It was so absurd, you know?
You gotta
Oh.
admit the scene where what the hell was his name? The older guy is telling Gary, to. It's just
Oh, my God. Because Gary understands when you take another man's penis in your mouth, you make a sacred bond.
Yeah,
We had bad intelligence. Bad intelligence. I'm sorry.
Gary, step into my limo. I'm not doing that. I know what you want to do. You want to give me drugs and put your fingers up inside of me. It's like, what? It's like,
How many limos has he been in?
Well, come on, dude.
apparently
Come on.
enough to know that that was a thing that
Could happen.
might possibly happen. You know?
All right.
So,
True story, Hollywood true story. Buddy, a guy we knew here was a local actor, went to LA after doing a guest part in a film, and they were like, "Oh, you should come to LA for the audition circuit. We'll send you around for all the stuff." And he said, "Okay," and he went down. I'm not going to name names. This producer, who was the one who had produced the film here, was an LA guy, basically brings him down, flies him down, puts him in the hotel, pays for everything. And then after about a week or so, he
I
he
gotta
sends-
go. I'll see.
I gotta go. Oh my God! The bees, not the bees.
bye.
Take care, lad.
Anyway, he says, "Okay, well, let's go for dinner, and I'll meet you at the restaurant at 8:00." Now it's LA. You know what traffic is like in LA if you've ever been to LA. And he shows up at 8:10, and this fucking producer just goes off on him. You can't fucking be late. That's so fucking unprofessional. Blah 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 blah. He's like, "Look, man, I'm really sorry. I'm not from here. I didn't know how traffic worked. I didn't realize I need to give myself more lead time. I'm sorry, it won't happen." He goes, "No, it won't fucking happen again. I think you need to do something to make it up to me." He goes, "Okay, well, look, what do you want? I'm going to pay for dinner or what?" And he's like, "Oh, you should suck my dick." Like with a dead straight delivery. Like he meant it. And this guy was just like, "Yeah, I gotta go." He just fucking walked out of the restaurant, got a cab back to the hotel, packed his bags, went to the airport, paid for a ticket, and flew home.
That is the correct answer.
Red Hulk, yes. Get Smart was kind of I mean, I
By
didn't watch
that
it when
much.
it was out. I watched it in syndication, obviously.
Oh yeah.
You know,
You
when
ever
they
see
were.
the movie, The Nude Bomb?
No, the actual series.
Yeah, but did you ever see the movie? That's what I'm saying. Did you ever see the movie?
Yeah, with the guy from The American Office.
Well, no, it's called The Nude Bomb, and it's Get Smart, but it's just a Get Smart movie.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's with what's his name, Don Adams and all
Adams?
that. Yeah,
Did
I
you
saw
ever
that when I was
see-
like a kid. Fuck.
Okay, Bear, do you remember Don Adams' Screen Test?
No.
It was you're gonna love this. It was a TV show hosted by Don Adams, where they would pick a clip from a movie,
Yeah.
get people who weren't actors, and teach them how to do this one scene.
Okay.
And one of the best ones was when they did Frankenstein, the scene where Frankenstein walks into the blind man's hut and he gives him alcohol.
Yes, that's Gene Hackman plays the blind
No,
guy.
not young.
No, in
Frankenstein.
Young Frank. Yeah, but in Young Frankenstein, Gene Hackman does that. It's fucking amazing.
Right,
scene.
and it
So you had a
was-
guy do that. Okay.
and then they would show their version like kind of side by side with the original, just to
Yeah.
see if they could redo it. It didn't last long. It was a little too you know
Inside Baseball.
yeah, that's the term I was looking for. And I loved it. My dad and I watched it every night it was on, along
So
with
this was in the 50s.
no. It was I want to say late 70s, maybe early 80s, along with the show Cliffhangers. You remember that one?
I do remember Cliffhangers.
That was a really fun show. Unfortunately, it got canceled for being a little too
Scary.
no, it's just you had to watch it. It wasn't a show you could miss, and it was I don't know.
Because every episode ended on a cliffhanger. So 75 to 76, it was a syndicated show. Donna M screen test. It lasted one season, 24 hours plus, 24 episodes plus a pilot. Never saw it. Sounds neat. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It was. It was.
There's
my
really
dad.
only one show that didn't last that kind of upsets me very much, and that is Almost Human.
I love that show so
Wait.
much.
You're gonna pick that over Firefly?
Have you seen Almost
Yeah.
Human?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, when that episode ends and he climbs over the wall and you find out that everything outside of the fucking civilization is fucking Mad Max, you're like, what the fuck? I need to know more about this world right now. And then they never brought it back. It was like, fuck, it was such a good show.
there was so much going on too, because you had the humans that were genetically engineering themselves to be perfect. Then you had the various androids or whatever they were.
Yeah.
I mean, so you were starting to get like a multi-tiered society where like people like the main character were starting to become second-class citizens because the ones that were being engineered were so much better at everything. And of course, it had one of my favorite actors in it.
Who?
Urban.
Yes.
Yeah.
That man can do no wrong in my eyes.
Well, he was in Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Most people don't know that. And then he was in Red.
Yep.
Red 2, I think.
He's amazing. He's like the best
Almost
part of the
Human,
Asgard
The
stuff
Boys.
in Thor, the Thor movies. He's like the best part of fucking as the executioner.
Yeah.
Behold, all my stuff. It's all shit he's stolen from Earth.
He does seem to like to play the comedic roles a lot. Sometimes it seems like.
Well, it's because he has a sense of humor about himself. That's, I think, the important part.
He's like, and of course, I think his best movie appearance ever, Dredd.
Dread's an amazing film, and they keep talking about how he said to this day he still would go back and do it again if they said yes.
And here's one of the reasons I become a fan of that guy the way I am, is he had the humility to realize you don't take your helmet off.
Yep.
We all know who you are. You're Carl Urban. We all know you're an awesome guy, but you're playing Dredd, and that means the helmet stays on.
Well, in Stallone's defense, by the way, apparently it has come out. Stallone felt the same way, but the producers said, nope, you got to show your face because you're Sylvester Stallone and we're banking box office on you. So apparently a lot of us for shitting on Stallone over the years for that may
We
not be the
shouldn't.
truth. May not
You
be
know
the
what
truth. He
I'm
may have been
finding
forced to.
out, Bear?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because Stallone's getting older or something, but he's like becoming a really solid dude.
He is. Well, you ever
He
see
always
you ever
has
see-
been.
Yeah, Stallone's always been a decent dude. Like, one of the things I love about Stallone is he knew how to pick. Like, he was of the mentality of one for them, one for me when he would do his movies. Right? I'm gonna do one stupid, blah 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 movie, and then I'm gonna do a Rocky movie. I'm gonna do, this movie where I shoot up a bunch of people with Cobra or whatever, and then I'm gonna do that Copland. You know what I mean? Like he would constantly be making choices when he had control for much more character-driven pieces than just violence-driven pieces. And I gotta respect that about him.
Like the movie with Dolly Parton.
Yeah, Rhinestone. Bad choice, but hey,
Boy.
bad
Well, I don't
choice.
blame him though. If
To
somebody come up
be
me
honest,
back
think
then.
about it in retrospect though. He got to work with Dolly Parton.
That's what I was going to
Yes.
say. If
Did he
someone
get to have
come
a
up
love
to me
scene
back
with her in
then
that?
as an actor and said, "Do you want to be in a movie with Dolly Parton?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah!"
Do I get to have a love scene with her? Yes,
Just
you do.
for the chance to be
Man.
around those boobs, man.
Well,
I
not
just
just
want to be
that,
in
but
the
I mean,
neighborhood.
she is one of the true class acts and geniuses of
She is. She really is. She is an amazing lady who
and
come from Kentucky.
I'm gonna assume that Stallone recognized that
Did she come from Kentucky?
long before I did.
Was that Loretta Lynn, Butcher Holler?
Loretta Lynn's the Loretta Lynn's from Butcher Holler.
Yeah, Butcher Holler is near Harlan. And it does suck. Yeah. Especially without the coal mines.
Well,
At
she
least
was
with
poor.
the coal mines, it was okay.
Dude, she was poor, but she had love. That's the one thing her daddy made sure of. He shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar.
And then came home and tilled up the cornfields.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, I relate. I mean, Hungar can tell you we were poor as shit, but it didn't matter because we had so much fun running around the hills and just doing stupid shit that, you know what I mean? It's like, it's hard to tell you're poor when everyone else around you is poor.
It's like what Ralphie May said. When you're eating your cereal out of a Cool Whip bowl.
No, because we never could afford Cool Whip.
Oh, shit.
But
That's rough.
When you're taking your lunch to school in a fucking, washed out margarine container,
Yeah, now that's a little bit, yeah, you're poor. But actually my school made amazing lunches that were like real food.
Well, they did that in my school.
We
used to bring our lunches. Sorry, we used to bring our lunches, and then there was some bullying going on for the poor kids over not having nice lunch boxes. Like it was weird, right? So the parents got together and said, "Fuck that," and they made a deal with the school board where there was a group of parents who would come in and cook lunches in the home ec kitchen. Then we would eat that way, right? So that way everyone was eating the same.
That's
It was
cool.
like $1. It was like everybody had to bring $1 every day for the lunch, and if you didn't have the $1, don't worry, we'll get a hold of your parents later and get the $1. So like everyone ate. You know what I mean? That was just the way it was, and it made so much better sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Kentucky, when you went to lunchtime, we had it was a cafeteria system where you would grab a tray, and we had real silverware and real plates and bowls, and the food behind the counter would be like actual, like roast chicken, beans, things like that. So it's what I guess a lot of people would consider poor people food anyway. But I mean, it was good and it was cheap, and and then you go home and do what you got to do. And since, like I said, everyone in the county was poor, no one understood they were poor. We all thought we were, living the dream, which, I mean, kind of, we were. I mean, it was pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't trade my life for anything, but yeah. Carl Urban's definitely one of my favorite actors. He's good in just about everything. Now, I watched a movie that I don't even know if I like it, but I had to watch it because I couldn't not watch it once I started watching it. And it was about these two Irish guys that were best friends. And then one day out of the blue, the older Irish guy decided he didn't want to be friends with the other one anymore.
Sounds familiar.
And So the younger one was freaking out, and like the older one ended up cutting his finger off and throwing it at the younger one's house, and like
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've heard about it. What's it called?
I don't remember, but it had that one Irish actor in it that they always cast as anything but Irish.
Brendan Gleeson.
He was in it, but it had the younger black-haired one that played Deadshot or whatever.
Bullseye. Played Bullseye. Colin. What the fuck's that guy's name? He was Bullseye in the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
Right. And it was like I couldn't turn away because I was just like, what is going on here? And it was so weird because the two of them had been best friends. And like every day after they got done with their work on the farm, they'd meet at the pub. And then one day, one of them just the older one was like, I've been wasting my whole life with you. And the other guy was like, what?
Colin Farrell.
And I
What's,
was like,
which you don't remember the name of the movie, eh?
I don't remember the name of the movie.
Who did Colin Farrell play in it? Which character was he?
He was the younger guy that had basically been told that he wasn't good enough to be friends with anymore.
I have no idea what this is.
And they lived on an island, and I think it was named after the island.
The Banshees of Inisherin?
That's it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
And then in the end, the old guy's house burns down. And the other guy's sister goes to the mainland to get a job. And that's basically it. It was only an Irish film crew could make that movie because it was just like miserable. Every part of it was miserable. You're sitting there watching it and you're like wondering, why does the older guy not want to be friends with the younger guy anymore? They've been hanging out for 30 years, And how hardcore do you gotta be to tell somebody, leave me alone, or I swear I'll cut my finger off, and then do it. And then throw the finger at the other guy's door of his house. Which ended up bad because then the one guy's miniature horse accidentally ate the finger and choked to death. That's what I'm telling you. It's just one horrible happenstance after another.
So the Irish version of Very Bad Things.
I hated that movie.
Yeah, it's just like,
Well, that movie is.
Wait, no, Very Bad People. What's the one about they're on the bachelor party in Vegas and they kill the hooker and then it just
Very Bad Things.
I thought it was called Very Bad People, or maybe that was my review of the movie. I hated that fucking movie.
Oh my god, the ending! Oh god, nightmarish.
where they're on wheelchairs and the one lady's got to take care of them or whatever.
Yep.
That was bad. That was totally bad. Nothing good about it.
Yeah. What was it? Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
She.
So she's turned out to be quite a psycho, it appears, eh?
I don't know.
She's always been.
She's
always been that way.
Publicly, people now take her as a psycho at face value, as opposed to, oh, she's that really pretty blonde chick, and she does weird shit behind the scenes. No, apparently not.
And she wasn't really pretty. There was a crap ton of makeup. Her face looked like 3 miles of bad road without it.
Well, you're picky. You are picky. And when she was younger, she was cute.
Okay.
Like a lot of the people don't realize, like, one of the things I hate about, you see actresses in there when they're older, or even actors, and they don't have any makeup on, they look like shit, right? Well, it's because you ever been in front of the camera there, Shadow? They put a shit ton of makeup on your face. The base foundation alone.
The lights don't help either.
Yeah. So you spend hours and hours and hours with your skin just suffocating for years and years and years and years and years. It does horrendous damage to your face, So it makes sense that they all wind up looking like shit later in life. Sadly,
Shadow's always pretty much been behind the camera.
yeah, exactly, and directing guys behind each other from behind the camera. It's a real behind. In fact, that was the name of his country. His production companies, From Behind Productions. It did really well. Really, really popular.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no such thing, but okay.
There's no say. You liar! You gay porn producing liar!
Yeah, I
Yeah,
dogged
you
him
are.
earlier, and I told everybody in the audience that his real name was Eugene.
I don't get it.
Eugene is just like the most nerdy name ever. So he calls himself Shadow, but his real name is like Lawrence.
No. I got it for you,
Lewis.
and you'll know exactly what I'm saying. But when I say this, sit down, Waldo.
Waldo, yeah.
Mhm.
But Mom, my underwear loose and my socks are too tight.
I'm awkward. Is it I'm awkward, and the other kids don't like me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah. Do diddle do diddle do diddle do diddle do do do. Got it.
Don't want to
bad,
be
got it
no
bad.
Joe Cool.
I'm hot for teacher.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm hot.
Yeah, that was when Van Halen was good.
Yes, they were.
And then they were like, hey, I got an idea. Let's get rid of David Lee Roth and let's replace him with a guy that's so different from David Lee Roth that it's going to like totally alienate our fans. And then, let's see how that works. That's a good idea. How do you know if it's love?
Well, I think by that point in time, it's fair to say Eddie Van Halen was already in the process of losing his mind slowly. Apparently, he went quite crazy by the end.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, and of course, Dave was doing a lot of coke.
Well, and
Syphilis.
syphilis is a hell of a thing if you don't treat it, right?
Yeah. Supposedly, it's the downfall of Caligula.
It was.
Wasn't it also Sam Cooke?
I don't think Caligula and Sam Cooke knew each other.
No, but it was the downfall of him as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Has been,
Yeah, and
I've
he-
been overly like.
he was a time traveler. That's really what happened to him. He went back in time, hung out with Caligula. No,
Oh,
and
I
the
don't know
sad
if you
part
wanna
about it
do
was
that.
the sad part about it back in the day. He couldn't even get treated because the story I heard was because literally he was black and nobody would treat him.
Yeah, I don't believe that. They had their own doctors.
I figured out, by the way, who Red Hulk
Doctors.
is. Red Hulk's my
he lived
favorite
in a
person on
town
X.
with like 200 racists in deep Mississippi. I'm not believing nobody would help that guy out. Come on. I mean, doctors take an oath.
By
Yeah,
acting or
I don't
inaction,
know.
do no
I'm
harm.
remembering
Al
something.
Capone had syphilis. Yes.
Yeah, the jab. I have lost all trust in the entire medical profession since then.
Well, you can trust your paramedics if you ever have to call them.
You can trust your paramedics. You can trust your pharmacist.
Yep.
Pharmacists know way more about drugs and medications than doctors ever do. Have you ever been
Dude,
sitting in a
some
doctor's office
pharmacists
and watched
are
them
doctors.
Google? Like they sit at their desk, they've just finished the checkup, and then they go Google the drugs they want to put you on because they are not fucking sure.
No,
I see that every fucking time I've gone to a doctor since I've been diabetic, watching them fucking search up drugs. And I'm just sitting there thinking, what the fuck?
It's not only that, but in America, Bear, pharmaceutical companies go to the doctors.
Yes, they do. They do that here too,
And they
dude. They
feed
do that
them
here
and
too.
they make deals, and then the doctors now, while they're not ever going to try to do something to hurt you, if they can get by with giving you the drug that they basically been given a bunch of, they're going to do it.
So here they passed a law they weren't allowed to go do this anymore. Like they basically blocked the pharmaceutical companies from giving incentives to individual doctors. So they worked a way around it. You know what they would do? They'd hold a conference, a 7-day conference in Hawaii about their new stuff, and they're going to have all these doctors show up and they're going to talk about the drugs for exactly one afternoon for about 2 hours.
Which
and then
means
the rest of the conference was just free vacation in Hawaii. Free vacation in Hawaii.
Fucking so scummy.
But my wife's
Hold on just a sec, guys.
okay. My wife's whole
Bye.
job is making sure the salesmen for pharmaceutical companies don't break federal laws,
Good for her.
basically
Good.
bribing doctors and shit. Because I mean, if they get caught being jackasses, they can be fined. They can the federal government can actually take away their right to even visit a doctor's office. But they'll go, some of them, and they'll leave shit tons of samples and, bring in some food for everybody and throw them the pitch. And I mean, if the drug's good, then that's awesome, I guess. But if, how many times are you getting given? I mean, you're getting given a drug that will work for you, but is it the best drug? It really just depends. You know what I mean? It's like,
And I have really bad luck with drugs, for medical drugs. If there's a potential side effect, I seem to always get it. Which
man.
I had one doctor who said, "Well, you're a ginger." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "That's something we've noticed with gingers." And I'm like, "Why the fuck are you the first doctor who gets this? Like, why do the rest just keep giving me shit?" Like they put me on Ozempic at one point, and I'm like telling my doctor it's not working. I feel sick all the time, and I'm actually hungry as a result of this fucking drug. Well, we just have to keep doing it. And I'm like, So I talked to my pharmacist. She's like, no, this is a side effect for people it's not working with. She goes, I'm not allowed to counsel you medically, but if I were in your shoes, I'd be reconsidering whether I take this drug or not.
A side effect of Ozempic is it can make your intestines
Yes.
be paralyzed, and then you could die.
Yes.
I am going to step outside and make this deal with this guy. Shouldn't take long. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm now in charge of the show while everybody's gone, and we're just going to talk about anything but miniatures, BattleTech, 400K, Christian nationalism. So it's pretty much going to leave us with cheese and farts. Let's talk about cheese and farts.
Big tray. Where is it? Here it is. There's-
Oh, he's here?
Yeah.
All right, well, he says one of these bathroom, that's positive.
No.
Well, you never know when someone's gonna have to pee.
You never know.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm on Mount Gero. What's Mount Gero? I don't know that one. Boom, 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 boom. White guys in the basement? TM. I'm not in the basement, so I'm good.
All right.
Welcome back, Shadow.
Hey, sorry.
Now you can take over while I go pee.
I didn't have to do that. But... Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, here it is. Shit, it's not here.
Yeah. Fair. Huh? Yeah, but let me see. All right. All right. And okay. Did Shadow ever come back?
I'm right here. But then Bear left.
Bear left when you yeah.
He had to use the restroom.
Deal with this guy, and I left Bear in charge.
But he had to use the restroom.
Yeah, who can blame him?
Well, you know, at our age, we can't really, you know.
You get to pick where, not when. Right?
Never heard that before. That's great.
Yeah. And this is the last of it, so
So, hey, James.
I'll be right back. I'm selling stuff to a guy.
Oh, okay.
Do you wanna offer
So, I'm taking over the show, I guess, while I sit and work on some clear plastic terrain pieces. All this stuff is this clear blue from Dungeons and Lasers. It's all like supposed to be crystal and ice. I don't know if I want to give it a wash, give it a little more definition, or just leave it as is. Kind of lazy. And you got to be careful because even with a wash, you can kind of obscure a lot of the transparency of it. I'm out right now. I'm looking for a. Well, I should ask everybody when they get back. They probably didn't watch my video this morning. You guys should as well. It's you should watch it. I'm looking for the ultimate Halloween movie.
Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
I'm looking for like a movie about, you know, some teenagers, kind of like Erie, Indiana / Stranger Things, where the kids are the only ones who know the weird shit that's going on in town.
Wow, you just want to make a movie at this point. You're being that specific? Make the movie.
I'm actually thinking about it because I met someone recently who's a sort of indie filmmaker as well, and I know Jackie, and I could get Jackie and some of his friends who are all characters in their own right.
Oh, you know what you could watch? There's that Netflix series. I know you're canceling your Netflix, so you can go ahead and download it if you want. Which is a bunch of movies set in the same town, but like in 1950 something, 1980 something, and it's all about the curse in the town, and all the kids are trying to deal with the curse between the two towns. One succeeds, one fails.
Okay.
Hang
Let's
on,
call
I'll get
it
the
right
name.
now.
I'm trying to find it. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Boom.
Come on, Bear.
Because the original Pomeranian was 50 pounds.
Jesus Christ, you'd think this would be easier to find the goddamn name of. The hell was the name of this goddamn series? I know it's real. I didn't imagine it. I cannot find. No, hang on. All right, let's try something else. TV horror on Netflix. Let's go with that. Now, there's some new thing called Archive 81 everyone's all freaking out about. Ugh, everybody keeps going on about the fucking Haunting of Hill House. It wasn't that good. And Midnight Mass was endless talking. Hey, Sova.
What's up, William?
I might have it in my archive. Hang on, let me see, because I'm not finding shit. No. I did clean out my archive, so maybe I deleted it. Oh, this is just gonna fucking task me now.
Do you hate that?
No, it's one of the things I hate about getting old. The mind.
Yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday. The worst thing I could imagine would be Alzheimer's.
My grandmother, I'm not blood related to them, I'm adopted. My grandmother died of that.
This is the same here. She was my step grandmother, I guess.
They've figured out something really interesting recently. There's a lot of science showing that Alzheimer's might be diabetes type 3.
Right.
And that's a huge thing if they figure that out, because that means they may be able to find a way to treat it using some of the medicines they use for diabetes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which would be kind of cool.
I can't think of a worse fate for guys like us that are so memory dependent, on the things we something of experts on, and then suddenly forget it, and then what are you?
Okay, I'm Hail Marrying it. Fear Street. That's the name of it. It's based on some R.L. Stein books, but it's really fucking dark. Movie one was set in modern town, dealing with a witch's curse, and then the sequel was also a prequel, which was set hundreds of years before, telling the origin of the witch and the curse.
Okay,
it's really well done.
Okay, I'll check that one out. Did you ever see Ghost Story?
The original with the old men and what's her name, Alice Krieg? Yeah. What about it?
Did that movie fuck you up?
No, I was too young to get it when it came out. Like, I didn't understand it.
Yeah, no. It was pretty. I want to see it again to see if I can handle it, better.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah, it's an old one. I remember there was some sort of sexual content in it that kind of freaked me out.
Well, it's ironic given how much you love weird sex now.
I wouldn't go that far, but it was, I was probably like 12, 13, maybe 14-ish when I saw it, and I'm trying. I want to run a Halloween game, but I don't want it to be. I was thinking of using like Kids on Bikes or the Red Room put out a very similar game. I think it was called End of Innocence.
Okay. Yeah, Fear Street. There's 4 installments. One came out this year. Oh my god! So there's Fear Street Part 1, 1994. Fear Street Part 2, 1978. Fear Street Part 3, 1666. And then this year they put out something called Fear Street Prom Queen. I don't know if it's any good. I know the first 3 were good. I don't know about the 4th one, but I would
Okay.
recommend giving it a check out. You'll enjoy it. It's neat.
Did you ever watch Erie, Indiana?
No, it didn't air where I was, so as a
Okay.
result, I didn't get to see it. I heard it was not bad. But
Yeah,
did
it
you ever
was-
watch Friday the 13th, the series?
Oh yeah. Which was weird because it had nothing to do with Friday the
No,
13th
it was
movies.
great.
Yeah.
And
And
that
Jack
redhead
Marshak-
was,
Jack Marshak got to play himself,
yep.
which is, there's only a couple of actors who've ever been able to do that. Woody Harrelson, Jack Marshak.
And the chick, Roby, oh my God, she was hot.
She's
The
cute.
redhead? Oh
She's
my
cute.
fucking Christ. Redheads. Danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Alrighty then.
Dude, fucking, listen. Mark Twain. He said it best. He said that the human race is descended from apes, I believe, though redheads are descended from cats.
I don't doubt that. I've dated a couple of redheads, but
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Crazy
well-
in the sheets and crazy in the streets. They're both.
One not really. She was a
Then
Jewish
you're-
girl, so she was very not crazy.
So then she wasn't a real redhead because they don't carry
Oh, no.
the. No, I'm talking about real redheads.
She was
Not the
she
fake
was-
redheads. Real
Oh, no.
ginger.
She was
Crazy.
she was maybe crazy in ways I didn't see. She was actually, kind of nice, kind of sweet, which is why it didn't work out.
I'm not
Um,
going to touch that. That's too easy. She found out about your curricular hobbies and she was like, wait a minute. You're making
Actually,
the
the
movies
funny
from
thing is,
behind.
I don't know. Maybe I should rethink that because I did meet her at a showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Crazy.
The other one was absolutely freaking insane. Well, I don't go that far. She was pretty wild.
She's so
She's crazy.
inviting to me now.
It was
She's
weird, too,
fresh,
because when I-
she's fresh.
Bear heard me.
When I first noticed her, I was going to what was called a continuation school. I don't know if you know what that is. It's where it's where they put the harder to manage kids that get into some trouble.
I
And
went
every
to one
day,
of those.
every day she would show up at school dressed. I mean, she was the classiest dresser.
White guys in a basement. Trademark.
It's just she didn't belong there. Just by the way she dressed, it was like, what did she kill somebody? Because she was just classy as fuck. And then I graduated, I think, and
Hey, Bloodworth.
hey, long time no see, man.
Good to hear you're doing okay, man.
How
I
long you been
saw-
sitting in the back, brother?
I saw the title More Epic, and I was like, who's more epic than you three? So
Wow.
You are
You.
too
I thought I
kind.
needed to jump in.
Oh, you.
You obviously.
You're the epicist. Wait, that doesn't work.
It
You're
does.
the epicath. What? No.
The most epic.
Yeah, so I thought I'd jump in. I have a short time. I got to go run to my first follow up, but it's a
I'm glad everything turned out.
Yeah, I'm really glad that.
yeah,
you know,
it's a it was a thing. It's I found out what it wasn't, but not what it was. Which is always great after 8 hours in a hospital and all of their answers after all of the tests is well, we've ruled all of these things out, but we don't know what caused it. So take a little.
Well,
Well, good luck, man.
I can give you a little bit of a thing here as somebody who worked in the medical field.
right.
You never try to find anything. You always try to discount
Eliminate. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, discount and eliminate. Yeah, they
And then whatever
discounted
you're
it, so they
left
say you
with.
did not have a heart attack. It could have been, it could have been this or that. They said they kind of ruled out a blockage. They said
That's good.
it could have been a blockage in the lungs or or in the heart. But one of my tests was like under 200. They said if it was over over 500, then it meant that it was a blockage and then have to do a stent.
Right.
Still unclear whether it was in the lungs or the heart or whatever. Because they said my pain was kind of radiating from the chest, but it was also in the back, which they said could have been lungs as well. So, we'll see.
So quick question.
Sure.
Could it, and I'm not being
Yeah.
flippant when I say this because I went through something similar. Could it just be anxiety?
No, it's not anxiety.
Okay, because I've had 2 anxiety attacks in my life,
Yeah.
and both of them they put me in the hospital thinking I was having a heart attack.
Yeah,
the
no, it
symptoms were all
wasn't
the same.
anxiety. It could have been like angina, which is like a gastro thing that they said has all of the signs or feelings of having a heart attack. They said it could have been that. It could have been a partial blockage just working its way through. So that I kind of have a feeling it might be more so that's what it was.
Yeah,
Have they put you on blood thinners lately or anything like that?
No, but I'm on and my cholesterol was a little bit high, but not even at risk, but they put me on one medication for that. My blood pressure and all of my vitals were perfect. I mean, literally perfect.
Probably lisinopril. That's what they tend to favor for blood pressure and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You've got a stent in you, Death Angel. You're a young man.
No, I don't have a stent. They were
No,
saying like it was
Death Angel in the chat.
Death Angel in the chat says he has a stent.
Oh,
but that's okay. It's not his, James. It's from the last person he killed. He just took it out as a collector's item.
Hey, I love the stent thing because so many people have transported to the hospital, throw them on the freaking table. The doctors help us unhook our shit and hook their shit in. They go in through the thigh, throw a stent in this dude, and the next day he's at home grilling. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, if the paramedics get to you before you die and you're having a heart attack, you're not going to die.
Yeah.
That's like a thing. I've ran on people who had like lower left ventricular blockages, which in the old days they called, the widowmaker, because if you got it, it's like guaranteed dead. Not anymore, man. We put them on all of our stuff, get them to the hospital. They go right onto the freaking cath lab, and they have that shit cleared out and throw a couple stents in, and you're as good, probably better than you've been in years, because that artery or vein that was getting blocked over the years, now it's wide open. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's let's just say I was super impressed with the way shit worked in the field, because it's just like, and it's good. It's good. I mean, the heart, not a big deal.
Yeah, I wasn't, it was just a new thing for me. So it's like, I've never had chest pain. So I was like, all right, let me try to figure this out. And then when my primary care was like, don't come here, because I was driving on the way there, and they were like, just pull over to the side, have the ambulance pick you up on a roadside. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then I turned around and drove right back home. I was like, fuck that. I'm not having them pick me up roadside. So I went back to my house and just called them and had them pick me up from there. But
I'm surprised you drive. But then again, I might be making assumptions.
Yeah. No, I was driving initially to go to work when, it first started, first I just thought it was like indigestion, but then it was like crank and pain. I was like, holy shit. So then I turned around, I went home, just sat down, tried to relax a little bit, and it was getting progressively worse. Then I was like, all right, let me go to my doctor. So I started driving to the doctor. I mean, I'm an idiot when it comes to, worrying about
you were in the Army.
I was just like, let me just, trying to handle everything without having to go the full 9 yards and then call the wife, and tell her, listen, I'm calling 911 to, come to me. And then she had to leave work anyway. And, my older daughter happened to come home when everybody was in the, plus like half the half the town showed up at my house. It was like, it was, not just the, it was not just the ambulance, but it was also the fire department showed up, and they have like 5 trainees for each of them that were there. It was like, so it was like a whole bunch of like teenagers in the house as well, that are just following along with them.
Well, when you're going through academy or paramedic school, you have to do X amount.
Yeah, I know that's what it was. But like each EMS person had, had like 2 or 3 followers with them. I was like, geez,
That's a lot.
There was literally like 10 people, in the house, just associated with both the fire department and the EMS. And then,
well, as a friend,
yeah,
Bloodworth, I'm going to tell you right now, never feel like you shouldn't call 911.
Oh yeah, no, I was
if
glad
you start feeling some shit, call 911 because men of our generation, especially ex-army guys, we tend to think we can tough shit out.
Yeah, that's what.
No, that's how you end up dead behind the toilet or something.
That's where I was at. I was like really just trying to handle it on my own, and
that's why your doctor said stop right now, call 911. Because once they get you in the back of the
I felt that they were turning me around because it was their lunch hour. All right, that was what it was. It was like literally, it was their lunch hour, and that's what the nurse was like. I don't know if we have any practitioners here right now because it's lunchtime. So they were like, just call 911. I was like, all right, fine.
That's a good tip. Don't ever need medical attention at lunchtime.
Yeah, on their lunchtime. Yeah. Not your primary care. They're not going to see you even if you say I'm less than a minute away.
Not only that, there's actual like legalities and
I get it.
If they know you're in the middle of like an actual emergency, they have to tell you call 911. And if like I've picked patients up from their general practitioners to drive them to the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what would have happened to you. You went in there, they'd looked at you, they'd been like, ambulance is on the way, and woo. For some reason, I thought you.
What Death Angel is saying there in the last comment is exactly what my the cardiologist at the hospital told me. He was like, "Listen, tomorrow, because they released me around almost 10 o'clock. He says tomorrow, if you have anything, in any kind of chest pain or anything like that, especially when it gets progressively worse, he says immediately call 911 again. Come right, let them take you to the hospital again, and then we're going to check you in and do,
of course,
further stuff because they never did the CAT scan.
Once EMS shows up, Richard, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
They'll stabilize you. They're going to make sure you're going to get to the hospital.
Yeah, I literally have no pain today. Nothing.
I have a friend who thought he was having a heart attack, and eventually they figured it out. It had something to do with gastrointestinal.
Well, I guess that's what like angina is, or is like a gastro. But no, this had more to do with this had something to do, I think, with my lungs, because even when they had me hold my breath, that hurt like hell to hold my breath.
Really?
Well, you said, you might have been working a clot through one.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think I was working a clot through my lungs.
And that's scary because, like I said, heart attacks, we can fix heart attacks, no problem. But lung stuff, complicated. So the second you feel it,
Gene Simmons.
How far away are you from like Mount Sinai?
What's up, Dean?
Oh my God, that's well over an hour.
Oh, never mind then.
No,
for some reason I thought you lived in the city because
I work in the city, but no, I'm in the Hudson Valley. So
okay.
I went to Vassar Hospital.
My pops grew up in Queens.
Yeah.
So I mean, for some reason, I thought you were somewhere around.
Well, Mount Sinai is on Long Island, actually.
Long Island. Yeah,
that's on Long Island. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm far from there.
Yeah, I remember.
That's
I remember
closer
one of my
to 2.5
uncles was
hours
so
from me.
proud. He bought a house on Long Island. It was like 900 square feet with a postage stamp of a front yard, and he paid over $1 million.
Yeah.
And he was so proud of it to finally get out of an apartment. It's just like that's why they come down here and buy up
Yeah.
Miami, man.
So Shadow, I saw that you're going to do something with Appendix N. Like, I guess your personal Appendix N, or you're just doing.
I've been doing Appendix N for about 2 years.
Yeah. So I mean, I saw that, and I was like, I thought I was doing that too. And I looked back, and I was like, yes, I was doing that, but I've never done my personal Appendix N. You know, so,
I'm getting around to that. What we
Yeah.
were doing was like, because I had several people on the show, and when it was their birthday month, I would let them pick their favorite book, and we would do that.
oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But
I never got to do that.
Yeah, you know what?
Bastard.
well, you want to
I
come on
didn't
the
get called
show?
for that,
You're
Shadow.
more than welcome.
I don't recall getting an invite.
Dude, you've been invited since day one.
Yeah,
You know
Shadow, don't even play
So-
that game. I invite people specifically. I
Yeah.
send you messages. Don't play that game, sir.
Now, I'm sure you've probably already covered the ones that I would come up as my first choices anyway. So I'm sure you've probably already done Lord of the Rings.
We're to be
and
honest,
probably Robert E.
we-
Howard.
we've covered almost every author at least once.
Yeah,
We just did the Hero's Journey by Sterling Lanier.
yeah,
It was interesting because even though it comes across as a Gamma World story, there's a whole bunch of crap in it that actually influenced AD&D.
yeah.
There's,
Yeah,
there's
I-
a lot of stuff.
I just used one of my free credits for, let's see. I just used one of my free credits for one of, what the heck is it? It hasn't uploaded yet. Well, anyway, I just one of the Paul Anderson's his first novel in that series that was in the Appendix N, and for some reason I don't see it here in my thing to download.
So weird. I'm hearing so much about this Paul Anderson guy all of a sudden.
Well, people
Um,
there's a big trend right now of people going back to the beginning.
Yeah.
But you talking about the guy who did like Rushmore and stuff?
Oh,
like
there it
that?
is. So it's 3 hearts and 3 lions.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the.
I think we did that.
cool. That's
That was
cool,
kind
Anderson,
of
isn't it?
the impetus for the paladin class, and in a great way for the alignment system and such came from that. So it was like, all right,
It's really weird because after having gone through the Appendix N, there's a whole bunch of things that you would expect to be there that aren't.
that aren't right,
There's no Beowulf, there's no King Arthur,
right.
and Gilgamesh. None of the
Yeah.
classics are actually there. And I'm
Well,
thinking in the new year that's what I'm going to do is start with because right now we're doing Dracula, which is another classic. Why that wasn't on the Appendix N, I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Well, that's because it was like handpicked by Gary and what he considered, and
Which is weird because everything
Like,
that
he
he
wasn't-
picked,
like I was reading through the Appendix N thing, and they one of the comments was that Gary was not a big fan of Lord of the Rings, and he tries to deny any real connection,
Which
and
is
really
utter
no strong
hogwash.
connection to what they were doing, and he just didn't like Tolkien's style of writing.
and yet it's built in. It's
It's
made out of
inseparable. It's actually inseparable. So
Mhm.
it sounded more like Gary just didn't want to give credit where credit was probably due.
or be sued like he liked to sue others.
Yeah, or because, and I know someone else. Like I was reading some other people's things, and they were putting their comments in there, and they were like, "Wow, of all these people listing their Appendix N type choices, or what they consider to be the most influential for their role playing and everything is nobody mentions Gary Gygax as an author for, that they would use for their inspiration. And I was like, have you ever read his short stories? They're not that great.
Or Gord, his Gord novels.
Yeah, his Gord novels they're not that great. They're really
No,
not. They set up the setting really well. Like, so you get a really good sense of Greyhawk from them, but the character Gord is not that memorable at all.
Well, he was. I never read them, but I got the impression that his character Gord was like his own version of Gru by Sergio Aragonés.
Yeah, I think Bear was
like a
trying to
joke
say something.
character.
I'm sorry, Bear.
No, I'm good. You guys talk your nerd shit. Go ahead.
No,
Have fun. I had a question I wanted to ask, but it's not important. You've moved on. Continue, please. I insist.
So
I just turned off my camera so you guys don't see me making faces. That's all.
okay. I don't want you wanted to, but anyway.
He's doing a bump. Don't let him fool you.
There's some authors out there or some like stories out there that you would think, hey, you know what? I want to read. This is one of my best examples for it. If you've ever tried to read A New Hope, Star Wars: A New Hope, Lucas can't write for shit. That is such a trash stuff. You can. I
thought Alan Dean Foster wrote that.
Huh?
I thought Alan Dean Foster wrote that.
No, that maybe later on, but the first one was Lucas. If that's Alan Dean Foster, that was that was him
Alan
at his
Dean
worst.
Foster did the novelization of Star Wars, not called A New Hope. It's called Star Wars, and that's what Alan Dean Foster did. If you read the original scripts that Lucas did, they're shit.
Yeah.
Dark Horse actually took the original scripts and did a comic out of them. And it's like, thank God other people put thoughts in George Lucas's head, because he is an awful fucking storyteller.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say when you were talking about the Gord thing. I was going to say Gygax suffers from the exact same thing that Lucas and Ridley Scott suffer from, which is they're masterful, creative, visually inspired people. They do not know how humans work, and they cannot tell interesting stories. Hence why everything Ridley Scott did for Alien, so Covenant, Prometheus, is shit compared to the original Alien, right? Because he doesn't know how to tell stories. He's never known how to tell stories. He's the idiot who, after they fucked up on a line because there was an actress cast to play the extra replicant that gets killed, and then they didn't wind up shooting her scenes and cut her, and she's actually got a name. I can't remember what her name is. She was in anyway, whatever. She was in Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. She was supposed to play Pris. They cast Daryl Hannah, so then she got a different part, and then they just cut the part at the end of the day. But they kept the line in about how many replicants died trying to break into Tyrell, which led to years of people speculating. And like, all you were like, well, then Deckard's a replicant. He's like, yeah, Deckard's a replicant. All the fucking actors, including Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer, both were like, we were never told that. And in fact, the direction we were given was how this was man versus machine all the time. So Ridley Scott's a liar. Gygax was a liar. I'm sorry. Gygax is exactly the same way as them and Lucas. They change their story to fit whatever the popular narrative is at the time. Great creators, awful storytellers.
Yeah.
I read a Gord novel. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah. The only two Gygax books that should be on there are his books on game mastery and playing. That's it.
Right, but I don't even think they should be there because I think the Appendix N should literally be fiction and things that inspires us to play, not helps us master the game in the way of mechanics.
Oh, that's a good point.
And
Yes,
you can easily just go Appendix M or Appendix G, for game mastering and do, because there's all kinds of books that we probably are not aware of that would be great reads. Get books on game theory and things like that that would make a nice reading list. But for me, it's all about the stuff that inspires us, which is why many other games, instead of just having the book list, inspired reading, they have inspired watching, inspired listening, your favorite music, the TV shows or things like that inspired you, because since the 70s there's been a crap ton of things you could watch for inspiration instead of just reading it.
Right. I'm looking at Death Angel's comment that Troll Lord Games is going to do a reprinting of the Gord novels, but also they're doing audio for them. I'm more
I actually
audio.
backed the new Deadlands Kickstarter, which I want my money back after hearing how they, wokeified the Civil War kind of controversy, or what they thought was a controversy. And there's an audio version or an audio book in it. I'm like, why do I even care? Just give me. I'm here for the freaking, Deadlands, the Wild West, shoot 'em up,
Yeah.
Game, not this completely off the wall, self-serving product of someone who couldn't sell their novel any other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you guys want to come on and at the beginning, starting in January, if you guys want to come in and be part of the Appendix N book club that I got going on, and pick a book and we all read it and then come back and discuss it.
Absolutely.
I'm totally open to that, because so the people that I had doing it, they've slowly fallen off. One guy was in Ireland; he can never make it. One guy's in Canada; his internet is crap, and things like that. So I'm looking for new people. Plus,
Canadians can't read, you know that.
and Tanner's a great guy. He's a
It has to be
really,
written in French.
No, we can't read. We don't know how to read.
And
We
apparently,
get when we buy a book. Hang on, when we buy a book in Canada, there's a code in the back, and there's a phone number. You call it up, and it's someone at the government who then reads the book to you in both official languages, so it is publicly acceptable.
I think somehow my
in January, Death Angels.
my love child got alienated by Shadow and stopped showing up.
Oh no! Did the little Nazi fall out of favor? Oh,
No, he it wasn't that. He stopped wanting to hang out with me because I wouldn't stop supporting Trump, and therefore I was supporting international genocide. And my question was, but isn't that your solution? The final solution?
yeah. Nice.
I don't know who you're talking about. So
Yeah,
Fair.
I'll tell you later.
What?
You can't see, but I'm making the circle sign.
Yeah, is a guy.
All comes back to one thing.
I told you. I've said this so many fucking times. I swear to God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a smart guy, a good guy. He means well, but he's been like my own parents, indoctrinated
Canadian,
to a
what can you
certain
do?
ideology.
Yeah.
And I'm not having it.
Not
Yeah.
just Canadian, he's from Toronto, so
yeah.
Yeah, that's slightly worse.
yeah, that's like
I
you know.
don't. I've never been to Canada. I'm really seriously hoping to be able to go to not this
Yeah.
upcoming Claricon, but the next one. But it's it's
I
really
have relatives on the outskirts of Toronto, and they are not lunatics at all. They
Oh,
are.
no. People
Yeah.
who live in Toronto are lunatics because they have
Yeah.
to pay the most insane amount of rent to
Yeah.
live in that shithole.
Yeah, but they're literally. I think my wife's aunt and uncles live like it might even be considered Toronto, but it's like immediately outside. You
What's
know.
the name? Do you know the name?
No, the others are in Barrie. All right, which
Barrie's
is not far.
Toronto.
Yeah,
Barrie's north of Toronto. Barrie's its own
yeah,
world.
just slightly. Yeah, but they're on like right on the outskirts of it. I forget exactly
So,
what
I went-
neighborhood
when I
that's called or whatever.
In the 90s, I went to college in a place called Belleville, Ontario, which is between Kingston and Toronto if you head east
Yeah.
from Montreal. Belleville at the time is still about 2.5 hour drive from Toronto.
Hmm.
Now it's considered a bedroom city for Toronto.
Really,
That's how big Toronto has sprawled
that's
out.
sprawled
for
out. Yeah,
People having to leave because they can't afford. They've had to move out and move out and move out, and then they commute every day. They go to usually if they're coming from the east, they go to Oshawa.
Mhm.
And then in Oshawa, they park their car at the thing and they hop on what's called the GO train, which is a transit that takes them into the city. Right. On the other side, they tend to go to Mississauga, park, and then hop on the GO train from there. Toronto is a nightmare. It is a dystopian fucking nightmare
okay.
with a bright Canadian
Come here.
colored brush.
yeah.
You weren't on yesterday when I was talking about how Cheech always messed up all the lyrics of all the songs he ever sang.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of the band Technotronic?
Of course I have.
Yeah.
For the
From
longest
Europe.
time, I thought that the chorus to one of their songs was Ottawa. It's the place to
Yeah,
be.
Ottawa.
But
Yeah, we used to sing that in Canada. We'd be like, Ottawa, a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight.
And I was all like,
Make
are
my
they a
day."
Canadian
Yeah.
band trying to tell people to move to Ottawa? I don't know.
No.
I don't
They're,
know.
they're actually European.
But I like the song, pump up the jam, But anyway, never mind that. I have weird music tastes sometimes. But
I like that you segued us into that, though. That was great.
And Death Angel wants to know, Shadow, exactly when you do your.
I do it Thursday nights. I'll be doing it the new stuff in January. The first Thursday in January, I'll start doing like the things that should have been on the appendix end. Like why wasn't Dune or Gilgamesh or
Bye-bye.
Dracula or some of the older classics should have been there. Now
Well,
I
this is
get
getting,
maybe Dune wasn't a great example, but there was some sci-fi in the appendix and book list. So
To be fair, they did put Gilgamesh in the deities and demigods.
right,
Yeah.
which means as well as the entire Arthurian, cast. Okay, well, why not? Why not? Pick one of those, classic versions of that, because the whole King Arthur story is almost as important to the original Dungeons and Dragons as Tolkien.
Yeah, the story in the original King Arthur stuff is the dwindling of paganism and the growth of Christianity.
Well, without the history of the Britons, you won't have your King Arthur stories anyway.
Right.
So,
So
Another
that-
one. Another one.
King Arthur and the Round Table represent Christianity, and Morgaine and Mordred represent
Mab
paganism.
and Mab. Don't forget
Yeah.
King Mab.
And even Merlin, to an extent, because he was supposed to be the son of an incubi and all kinds of crazy shit like that.
Mhm.
So
Lived backwards.
yeah, so there's a lot of
Moves backwards.
complications there. It's a deeper story than just some guy wants to be king and some French guy bangs his wife.
Have you read The Winter King?
I have not.
Good book. Really good book.
Another one I always thought.
Don't waste your time on the modern DEI Netflix series or whatever it was. Just read Cornwell's book. It's really amazing.
What do you think about Robin Hood? You think he should be on that list?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's not.
'Cause I've always been a huge Robin Hood fan. I've got two of the classics right here, and
But only if it's the Disney one.
no, it's not.
I used to have the original Robin Hood as well. I think I do someplace on my old Kindle, because you can get those. You can get those for free anyway. Any of those, they're long into public domain. So
This
you
one?
can get the original. Yeah, you can get the original Robin Hood and the original King Arthur and all of
So
those.
explain this to me.
Mhm.
If Robin Hood exists in the public domain, right?
Mhm.
Why has no one made a Robin Hood RPG?
Because
Actually, there was like an SPI or a Avalon Hills Robin Hood.
Okay. Fuck
Game,
SPI and Avalon
Yeah.
Hill. They're not usually role-playing games. I'm
There's
talking about
a
why hasn't
difference-
someone made... Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a difference when it comes to role-playing games because they do the same thing with Conan. All right, so they do the same thing with a lot of Robert E. Howard's properties, where you can write and publish a Conan story, Conan the Barbarian story, and you're perfectly within public domain. But if you try to make a role-playing game, all right, now you're stepping on. Now it's called Heroic Signatures IP. They own the IP for games, for video games, for tabletop role-playing games, for board games, whatever, cards or anything. The only public domain part is the literature.
Really?
that's
How
the
do they?
point.
I thought you,
You
couldn't
can make, listen, as long as you avoid Disney's bullshit and don't do anything Disney did, you
Mhm.
can make, because the core Robin Hood legend is folklore. No one owns it.
Yeah.
It's the folklore.
Pendragon would be a good game to play Robin Hood.
I don't think so, because Pendragon focuses on long-term stuff where Robin Hood
Yeah,
focuses on
sure.
short-term stuff. you
Yeah,
know?
very short term.
But basic role-playing would be a fantastic core engine for it.
Why? I thought you couldn't. You couldn't copyright game rules.
No, the
You
rules you can't copyright, but the
mechanics. You
but
can
yeah, you
copyright
can't copyright
right.
the mechanics, but once you gamify it, that's where you step on the IP.
Right. Like
But no one owns the
Modiphius
IP.
learned when they put out the Far East book and tried to add martial arts to the Conan universe.
Mhm.
And the R.E. Howard estate said, Modiphius, you can't make Conan books anymore.
Right, but there is no Robin of Locksley estate. That's
Yeah.
the point.
Well, I don't think you can do that because I'm pretty sure I'm not even 100% sure if like people figured out whether he even was real or not.
He wasn't. He's a legend.
Okay.
There's no real Robin Hood. But the point is that the actual public domain Robin Hood, so from works posted in 1923 and all that other stuff, they're all in the public domain.
Yeah.
Disney's Robin Hood, that's where you run into trouble if you start
Right.
copying anything they did.
So if you make a role-playing game, Robin Hood can't be a fox.
Exactly.
Right.
But you could make a role-playing game called Sherwood, which is about the legend of this guy whose name was Robin of the Hood, and he was doing this stuff, and then he got killed by the evil sheriff of Nott. But now you, as the players, are inspired by his legend to bring forth the merry men and continue fighting against injustice.
I
Or
thought
maybe
he
you
was
are
killed by
married.
the nuns.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Maybe you're merry men and he sends you out on missions while he's doing things too. He's
See,
like,
now, to the same thing. I mean, there hasn't been a Frankenstein role playing game, and that's well into public domain.
Yeah,
That'd be a weird.
I
game to
think
play.
people got burnt out with Ravenloft, and it's going to take like another, decade or so before it's no longer too soon.
Yeah.
I think another issue is if you want to play a game about a mad scientist stitching a bunch of corpses together, it's called Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's an actual adventure in the Adventure Compendium, Mansions of Madness.
We're talking about Herbert West.
Yeah. Yeah. Herbert West is.
I forget, but in the
The
adventure,
Reanimator.
Reanimator, yeah. Yeah, that's basically Reanimator.
Yeah, in the Call of Cthulhu adventure, he's smuggling parts home, and if you go into his house and search around in the basement, there's a abomination that he's basically created, and it tries to kill you, obviously. And of course, the guy who's working on it's like a mild-mannered guy that works at the hospital, and everybody likes him. But the DL, he's making a monster.
Yeah. Wow, Reanimator, by the way, is an awesome movie.
Yeah,
It's kind
love
of
that movie.
schlocky.
Well, of course it's schlocky, but it's an awesome movie. Reanimator
All right,
1
this
and 2, they were both perfectly ridiculous and
Yes.
just cult classics.
I prefer
they
From
all
Beyond.
all of those
Yeah.
movies like that. They all have one thing in common, and that's like the
Jeffrey
lead actor.
Combs.
Yeah,
Jeffrey Combs. That's
who
why I
was
prefer From
also
Beyond.
in Frighteners
Yes, he was. And he was
as the
great in
crazy
Frighteners.
FBI agent.
And he's also in Star Trek Deep Space Nine as Wayun and all that fun
Yeah.
stuff. It's a great acting.
And
But
of
From
course-
Beyond is the better film. If you ever watch From Beyond, it's way
Yes,
better
that
than,
movie is-
Reanimator.
I was going to say From Beyond,
That movie is such a trip.
I swear.
especially when the
creatures,
blonde doctor gets all like,
I knew you were going to go for the Barbara Crawford in lingerie moment. I knew
oh
it.
yeah, she gets all like agitated by her pineal gland. Next thing you know, she's wearing like leather, freaking dominatrix gear and shit, running around. It's like,
Cover your ears, Misty. You're too young to hear this.
it's like, what is going on with this?
Oh well, guys, I have to run. I have to be on the
Have a
road.
good weekend.
And
We'll see you there.
I'll be
See you
chatting
Tuesday.
with you guys over the weekend. I'm sure that I'm sure that DM James will be live streaming at some point during this weekend. I will be live streaming on Sunday at 7:00. I should be having Tom Wilson from ShireCon on this
Oh, nice.
weekend. So
Yeah, I saw your pictures.
yeah, he'll be
Yeah.
doing his wrap up and kind of like a post.
Are you going to Arnicon?
No. My next convention is one in November. It's just a 1-day thing. Oh, let me text the wife. Yes,
I also saw your army picture you posted.
my army picture. All right.
Yeah.
From
I was like,
while
what a
ago, I
handsome
guess.
young man he was.
Oh no, I was that was I don't know when did I post an army picture? That was a long time ago.
You and I are on a page. It's like
Oh, okay.
OSR non-retards or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a while ago though. It had to be.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I
Hang
like
on.
that.
The
other
name of the group is OSR Non-Retards.
I think it's actually non-woke OSR.
That sounds better
Yeah.
because otherwise
Yeah.
I was going to have to do the mitzvah of teaching you the French expression "ça n'existe pas," that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Everyone in the OSR is a retard. All of you.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that one. But yeah, that picture was probably from that. Picture
Oh, it
probably
looked
from
like
basic
it was from, like,
training in
80s.
no, it was
90s.
1990.
Yeah, 80s,
Yeah.
90s.
That was the earliest it could have been. Was 1990. I think there's that. I think there's this one picture where I'm in full camo with with the camo face paint and everything. And
No, this one you're just standing with a bunch of other guys.
a bunch of other guys, yeah. So that was in advanced training. So that was at quartermaster school.
Nice.
But yeah, we still had our A1s, our M16 A1s. We were still in training. We were using stuff that was older than us. So
Yep.
yeah, that's that goes back quite a way, late in 1990, like I said. And then advanced training.
I went through an 89, so
Yeah,
I remember those A1s with the triangular foregrip, and they rattled a lot.
yeah. I preferred the A1, and actually, I had the A1 with the M203 on it, which I used for basic training for qualifying, and I was a sharpshooter with that stabilization and everything with that. I loved it.
Yeah, Grenadier.
Absolutely loved it.
And in an infantry squad, they generally equip one guy like that. He's the Grenadier, and then the other part of the fire team has the machine gun.
Yeah, I think out of 60 of us, maybe like 4 had the 203s.
Well, I'm talking Bradley Mech Tactics because
Yeah.
that's all I know. So you got 2 3-man fire teams. One has the 240 or 249, depends, and the other one has 203 under their M16. And it's just the way they did it when I was in,
Yeah,
But when I joined, I was 11X.
yeah,
And that meant at the end of the first part of training, they divided us up by what we were going to be. But the Bradley was getting to be a big thing in 89. So like 90% of my class is like, you're going to be 11 Mike.
yeah.
So we all did Brad. But at those poor 10%, though, they got Charlie.
Yeah.
Mortar guys.
Mhm.
Them poor mortar guys. They always look like they're 80 years old and they're like 20
Mhm.
from lugging that freaking mortar around all
Yeah.
the time. Whatever.
I
though.
never had to do. I got to run, otherwise I'll be late for my appointment. You guys have a great
Good
one.
luck, man.
I'll talk to you again. Take care.
Be safe. Shalom, shalom. I don't know why I started saying that again recently.
What?
Shalom, shalom alaikum. Alaikum shalom.
Shalom alaikum isn't a term, sir.
In Hebrew?
Yeah, I wouldn't be running around yelling that one too much in some of the communities I know.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom Shabbat, I get that one, but Shalom alaikum. That might
What
get
do you think that means?
Well, you're taking alaikum assalam and turning it into shalom alaikum.
So you're the Arabic to the but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that the Arabs copied Hebrew.
They may have, but
And Aramaic.
my point wasn't about Arabs. It was about my Jewish friends going, "What the fuck are you saying?" I could see that.
No, I've heard plenty of Jewish people say alaikum salam.
Yeah, but I've never heard them say shalom alaikum. You're taking shalom and putting it with alaikum. I mean, come on.
I don't know. I'd have to ask my pop what's up with that. All right.
You know what? Let's go to the great.
Richard is a great guy. I always love it when he can drop by, but he's so busy all the damn time with everything. He runs like, he's like Shadow. He runs like 20 games a week.
Well, he's still working, so there's that.
What are you building, Shadow?
Okay, so my dear friend James.
Yes.
Shalom alaikum.
I can't do that.
Alaikum.
I can't roll R's either.
Just have some yogurt or some cottage cheese first.
So you got assalamu alaikum, which is the Arabic, and then shalom alaikum is the Hebrew.
I have always sucked at that CH.
Oh, there you go.
And again, like I said, the rolling R's not happening.
And you got this goy telling you how to do it. Look at them apples.
And I'm just cutting out miniature bases.
I've got
sprues and sprues of miniature bases, and I just
fully a
want to
fucking goy.
Get them out of the way.
It is my opinion that goy is about the same as the N-word.
Oh, I don't think so. I disagree.
100%.
My Jewish friends that I used to use it all the time.
But that doesn't.
Me and my homies used to use the N-word on each other too. Not hard R.
No, but I'm never saying I ever saw someone use the word goy or goyim as a derogatory. It wasn't
You've never hung out with the Orthodox, have you?
Well, no, because they don't want to hang out with me because the Orthodox Jews don't like me. That's the difference.
Exactly. And when they call you a goy, they mean it in the same way as the N-word.
And I say shalom, and I move on with my day.
And you say shalom, and you go to the deli and do whatever you're doing. Right?
I have a nice
I will be here.
smoked meat on rye.
While you're over there, figure out what we're doing tonight for a date night. No.
Well, I kind of hoped to go earlier. You need to tell me what. Do you want Mexican? You want to go to the Japanese place? What do you want?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah.
You want chicken?
My wife, every time one of the daughters has a baby, she makes like 30 chocolate chip cookies and takes to them. So she made a shit ton of chocolate. Like the guy who came over, he bought all that old, like 15, 20-year-old Warhammer terrain I had, $200 crisp dollars. And my wife also came out and gave him a cookie. So he's feeling really good about himself. He's like, oh my God. And I was like, dude. And he's like, there's enough terrain here. I can actually fill a table. And I was like, well, enjoy. Because I am never messing with it again. And it's just taking up space.
I saw this today that made me laugh. Speaking of chocolate chip, it says, dating me is like biting into an oatmeal raisin cookie and realizing it's chocolate chip. And then realizing 2 hours later, it was also an edible.
Nice.
Yep, that works.
Well, she makes chocolate chip cookies, but she doesn't use milk chocolate. She only uses the really
dark chocolate. The best
because
chocolate.
I do not eat milk chocolate, but I will eat occasionally a little bit of dark chocolate here and there, which is
okay. I got a chocolate chip question. Chocolate chip cookie question.
Yeah.
Walnuts.
Yo.
Oh,
get the fuck out of here.
Any cookie you want to make, you can throw nuts in.
You can, but I'm not eating it.
Walnuts, almonds, macadamia, pecan.
Now,
I don't give a shit. I like it.
Now, if you want to make a chocolate chip cookie and then go crazy, throw in your chocolate chips, throw in those butterscotch chips, and then throw in those peanut butter chips. Then you make a chocolate butterscotch peanut chip cookie. That'll blow your fucking brain out your asshole.
Because I just made peanut butter cookies with chocolate chips.
You describing that?
Going to the store this weekend. I might grab.
Gave me diabetes. I listened to the description of the cookie, and now my blood sugar is up.
It's like Or as one of my patients used to call it, the sugar beaties.
The sugar beaties. There you
I
go.
got
Okay,
that.
I got another question for you guys.
Well,
An
he was a
actual-
really old black dude, and we'd run on him when he had problems or
Okay.
needed his O2 tank changed or whatever. And,
Right.
and he'd always be like, "Yeah, I lost my foot to that sugar beater." And we'd all, it's okay, you know, and we'd do whatever he needed done. He
All right,
was
what's the other
really
question,
old.
Shadow?
game question.
Game question.
Goodman Games, Mutant Crawl Classics, Dungeon Crawl Classics. What are you guys' opinion?
Zero interest.
Okay.
The minute you make me have to buy special fucking dice, you can
Okay.
fuck off.
Yeah, I concur.
Okay. Have you read any of the stuff? Seen any of the
Yeah,
art?
I own the stuff.
Yeah, I used to be into their Dungeon Crawl Classics modules back when 3rd edition, when they were
Oh, I
doing those
still am.
modules.
Yeah.
Those were great. I love them, even though I don't like Dungeon Crawls. They were fun to read.
Okay.
And the setting book they put out, which I wish that box set, fuck, it goes for so much money on the secondary market right now. But I
Lankmar?
want it.
I've got Dying Earth on my shelf, getting ready to read that, and I ordered the Lankmar stuff because I want more, and more ideas for Lankmar and Dying Earth.
I
'cause
have
they're
the
my
Lankmar
favorite.
box and every one of the Lankmar adventures.
No one likes a braggart.
What do you think of the system, though?
I don't like it.
Okay. What do you think of the art?
It's all right. I mean,
The art is my least favorite
one of
thing.
my top 5 favorite adventures they wrote,
Okay.
which is I think the Savage something of. Anyway,
Okay.
it's an adventure where you go to Herat and you've got to fight a ghost wolf. And it turns out the only thing that can kill this ghost wolf is a spear that was buried in the tomb of an ancient barbarian leader. So you go through the tomb, and Bear wouldn't mind it because it's only got about 6 rooms.
That's
And
nice.
if you survive all that and you get the spear, then you can actually try to defeat the ghost wolf.
What
Okay.
was the name of that fucking DCC box set they put out years ago? This is back in the 3rd edition period, which was their known world. It was a box set where they tried to basically put all of the DCC adventures into one world.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
I'll
Also,
show you.
the one where you go through a gate and end up in Elfland, and you get involved in like a war between an elven queen and an elven king, and it's all like really weird and shit because you're in Elfland now, so shit works different. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it had kind of a cool old school feel to it, like. And when I say old school, I mean old school fairy tale, not old school game.
Right.
Because you're running around Elfland trying to do shit and trying to avoid eating stuff and, all that sort of thing. Savage Worlds is a great skirmish game.
Yeah, I don't like any RPG where your stats are a die. So one day you're like for your strength, for example. If you go to the gym every day, you know how much you can lift, and then suddenly you roll a 1.
Pull the muscle, baby.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then you do it again and you roll a 6.
I fought through the pain.
Well, if your die was a 6, then you get to re-roll. And
But you see what I mean?
for every
Your
increment of
stats
4.
don't go up and down like that unless you catch a cold. Or you get really sick or really injured. And if you weren't, any of those things, and then all of a sudden you're performing like you are, why?
Shadow.
Hmm.
I haven't a freaking clue what you're even saying.
He's high. He's high on the goofballs.
It's like I'm sitting here trying to understand what you're saying, and I don't get it.
I don't see how your stats could fluctuate so much. You know what I mean? I'm used to, your numbers, your stats are.
don't fluctuate. That's just the die you roll.
Mhm.
That's no different than rolling a die 20 to hit in D&D.
No, your numbers shouldn't, because they're fluctuating. They're literally going up and down for no reason other than you're rolling a die to see what your result is.
For no reason other than the game rules, you mean?
Right. Every other game, your stats, let's say, they're not going up or down, off and on throughout every activity.
Except for Twilight 2000 4th edition, where all your stats are between die 6 and die 10. And you need a 6 for a success.
I found it. James.
What'd you
This,
find?
the thing I was talking about, Dungeon Crawl Classics number 35, Gazetteer of the Known Realms box set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's ridiculously expensive now.
So, like in Twilight 2000 4th edition, you roll your skill, which is a die, and then you roll your attribute, which is a die. And for every increment of 6, you get a success. And of course, if you're firing a gun with a really high rate of fire, you roll a shit ton of suppression dice too, which can add to the thing. So,
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, it's abstract, just like the die 20 is abstract. It's all abstract. I mean, I don't understand. I mean,
I gotta get out of bed.
Uh-oh.
That's my bed alarm. I gotta get up now.
Yeah.
It's the exact same alarm I used to wake myself up every day. Man, it's creepy when people have the same alarm.
I wake myself up with my wife's alarm because she hits snooze like 12 times. And we kind of have a rhythm where her alarm goes off. She doesn't wake up at all. I smack her in the ass. She hits snooze. And then we do that like 10 times. And then eventually she gets out of it.
Yeah, my boy's like that too. I make him breakfast. I wake him up, make him breakfast. He goes right back upstairs and goes back to bed.
Right.
And then I spend the next 45 minutes trying to wake his ass up so he gets dressed to go to school.
Good morning, Bear. Sacha, the good news with that is it can be played solo. And believe it or not, there's a map on there that might even include a bit of your homeland on it. Because apparently in the Lost War, one of the big Soviet thrusts was through Finland into Sweden for some reason. I think they were trying to get to Norway to shut down all the oil and everything. So you don't have to play it in Poland. You can play it on the Swedish-Finnish border, kind of like, if you want. And Shadow, he's been pretty clear about what he's been pretty clear about, and we can just say okay, even though it makes no damn sense whatsoever.
All I can say, James, is Finland, the country where I want to be. Pony trekking or camping or just watching TV, Finland is the country for me. You're so near to Russia, so far from Japan, quite a long way from Cairo, lots of miles from Vietnam.
Isn't that like Monty Python?
It is indeed.
The thing I know about Finland is it's supposed to be the happiest country in the world.
Yeah, not a lot of people there. That's why, probably. Lots
That's
of room
why
to
it's
not
so
be
happy.
around other people.
I'm not sure if Finland was part, because in 4th edition, what they did is they said that the Soviet Union fell apart, but then at some point there was a coup, and a bunch of the generals decided to remake the Soviet Union.
Somehow, Palpatine returned.
Imagine after the death of Vladimir Putin, if like his top 8 generals got together and said, yeah, we're being Soviet again. So Poland was not actually part of the Warsaw Pact. So I doubt Finland was too. But the Russians ran through Poland and Finland. but they never quite made it to Germany. And that's why if you play in the Polish campaign, you're like near Warsaw. And plus, everybody nuked the shit out of everybody. So that makes it like a whole thing, too.
Everybody.
Yep. I've learned things about Finland by studying it a little bit on YouTube. Like Finnish women, if they tell you they're going out to the movies with a male friend and you have a problem with it, they'll probably break up with you. And they also only shower about once every 3 days. And they consider it strange to shower more than that. And we've already talked about their candy that's just basically a block of salt.
I don't remember that part.
So I could never date a Finnish girl because if she came in and said, I'm going to the movies with some dude, I'd be like, yeah, we're over.
Right?
I mean, no questions asked. We're done. Get the fuck out of here. And they'd be like, oh, you're so uncivilized. And I'd be like, yep. Get the fuck on.
Just a fucking barbarian. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, get out of here, you know. But maybe if I was near to Karelia, it'd be a little better because the Finns there are more like Russians. So, you know. Whereas if you're near the Swedes, then I guess the Finns there are going to act like Scandinavians. And Scandinavian women tend to be like,
We are the happiest place because the unhappy ones off themselves.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I thought Lithuania was
that is an issue. That is an issue.
wasn't there a movie or a comedy or something about the Norwegian search and rescue constantly going out into the wilderness to save like death metal guys who got lost out trying to shoot videos? I remember hearing about that. I was like, that sounds.
And then there was the one, I think it was Norwegian, but it might have been Swedish, the Troll Hunter.
Yeah, I remember that one. I didn't like that one.
And every time he went out, like they would have to import a bear from somewhere, a bear corpse. And then they would lie and tell the people that a bear had killed all the campers or something. But actually, it was trolls. So that's pretty interesting. There's another one where it's just one big troll that runs around stomping everything like a kaiju, but I've never seen that one. But they do use the Tolkien thing. If you shine certain like UV light on them, they turn to stone. So, you know. Well, I mean, you're also probably within traveling distance of the creator of Lamentations of the Flame Princess. So,
Wasn't he in Norway?
I
Finland.
thought he was in Ecuador.
No, that's
Finland,
RPG.
homie.
Oh,
Totally
okay.
different person.
Oh, okay.
I thought James Raggy was in
Raggy's
Norway.
in Finland.
Oh yeah.
That's why he always does his live shows from like a sauna and shit like that with no shirt on. Like I read he is in Finland.
Yeah, he's in
Maybe
Finland.
he
You're
did
right.
move
Yeah.
to Norway.
No, he's in Finland. I just checked.
Now Arch from Archcast lives in Norway, and he basically hates everyone that's not Norwegian. Yeah, James Raggy lives in Finland. A lot of people move there. Apparently, I mean, it's a wonderful place to move, you know. People move there. It's just not for me. I mean, as an American, nah. If I were going to move to a foreign country, it'd probably be Russia. So, Shadow, check this thing out.
I was watching you put that together. That's kind of creepy.
It is a dark mechanicum heavy stalker tank. You see them every year at the Finnish RPG convention. Nice. because I don't know if you know this or not, because it's lore stuff, but during the Horus Heresy, more than half of the Martian priesthood joined Horus.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's all I'm saying, Bear. You can calm down now. I saw your
Nope.
eyes.
Hey,
Nope.
when I first saw it, I was thinking Tyranids. You remember the old Tyranid Titans for Epic?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I've heard actually, I made fun of him a little bit for his sweaty topless videos, but everything I've heard about Raggy as a businessman has been like super positive. Like, apparently he makes sure all of his artists are paid, all of his he pays everyone that works on a project before he takes a nickel. He makes sure everyone else is paid.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, but it's not the way everyone does it. Which is why you have artists and people bitching and complaining and carrying on. But apparently, yeah, he treats the people he works with very well. So
You kind of gotta, I'm sorry to say it, but you really do need to treat the staff, the worker, the creative people that are with you better than you treat yourself. You just have to.
Or you don't have them anymore.
Well, this is the lesson that, say, for example, Adamant Entertainment found out the hard way. Spent a lot of time taking care of himself, but not the people that worked for him, and screwing them over on various deals, and then suddenly he doesn't have a company anymore, and no one will work for him because the community it's a small community. Everybody talks to everybody.
right. So, in other news, I've been watching this Italian guy do lore videos about Warhammer. They're really good.
You just said you were done talking about Warhammer. You liar.
Lore stuff.
You're a
Role-playing.
liar. Warhammer, the Horus Heresy. Oh.
This guy literally learned English just so he could read the lore in English.
No, that's a shame. Too bad he didn't learn English to read something better.
Now he speaks English. That's pretty good.
Has he discovered how bad that Warhammer is? Now you can read other English products and compare it to them?
I don't think so, but he has been he made a video the other day that basically said all the other lore channels on YouTube were full of shit.
And Italians stirring up trouble. Never happens. Italians are such a peaceful, get-along people.
Yeah.
Where's Bruce? Speaking of angry Italians, where's Bruce?
Yeah, he called out Major Kill and Luton, basically everybody that does anything.
You mean everybody in the Warhammer sphere?
Untrackable. Happy Friday, Untrackable.
Because I've been watching, or I was watching, I think it's
Unflushable.
Grimdark.
Shadow. Hey, Grim. Oh, man, I feel so bad for Grim. Grimdark? Oh, my God, that poor guy.
Grimdark half off.
Yeah.
He
happened to
does
When
great.
was the last time you saw him post a video?
I don't know. I just started watching them.
Yes,
The last message we got from him on his community tab was he was going into hospice.
Oh, no.
Really?
And that
He
was
doesn't
6
sound that
months
old.
ago. He got
You don't
cancer,
gotta be old.
Oh.
and that was 6 months ago. And we haven't heard anything from him since. I can't find anything on the internet about it. No one knows what's going on. The
Oh,
prevailing thought is that he passed.
No
Well, if you
way.
went
I
to
just started listening to him.
Months ago.
First
And
Conan
he's
video.
so great. He's Conan. I learned more about the Hyborian Age from his videos than I ever did from reading anybody's bullshit blog posts.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah,
way.
that guy was pro, man.
Yeah.
He knew
Half
everything
off.
about
He's
everything.
so good.
Yeah, no
Oh,
shit.
God.
That's tragic.
He's got like an
It
hour
is.
and a half long video where he goes into every god of the Hyborian Age.
Yeah. He did those magic videos and the monster videos. It's great.
It's just so good. When I was actually running Conan, I would listen to him. Because he's got videos where he goes to in-depth detail about different countries, people.
And he was using the video game, the books, the comic books, everything.
Yep.
Things, I could tell where he was getting his info, in certain cases because I was, reading a lot of Conan at that very moment, and I'm like, wow, he's pulling this, as well as, H.P. Lovecraft lore
Same
woven
thing.
in.
Same thing, whether you like it or not.
It's sad. It's just sad.
Conan
Now,
lore,
on a
Lovecraft
happier note,
lore, same thing.
on a happier note, Shadow,
Yeah.
if you go to my Discord, I made an announcement that I'm looking and going to start a new heroic game. We're just trying to figure out when. So you might want to go jump in that conversation, sir.
On your Discord,
Yes, sir.
I will do
I'll
so.
even give you the link to the exact chat on top of it all. That's how nice I'll be.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
You're
that's where he posts his stuff.
the man.
On his
We're just trying to figure out a day. It's like based on people and stuff like that. We may have to do it on Saturday afternoon. I don't know. We're waiting to see. Everybody's got a voice, and then we'll figure out the best day for everybody that can play.
Okay.
But I'm going to send you the link right now, Shadow.
Okay.
I hate
And Saturday afternoon, like time frame.
Like probably somewhere like noon to 4 type of idea Eastern, because one of the guys who might want to play is in the UK, and I would really love to have him be able to play and not have it be 3 in the morning. You know what I mean?
Is it the old geek?
And it would
No,
be
it's Intellectual Quandary, Iman, the young brown fellow.
okay. So like 2 hour, hour and a half, kind of usual format.
3 hour, like somewhere in that range, like noon to 3 type of idea.
Live streamed.
Yes, sir.
Um.
Traditional Bronze Age superheroes set in Capital City, and I'm making characters. No one gets to come in and give me their fucking character. I'm making the characters for you guys, and then there's a group you can pull through.
Okay. For a second, you threw me when you said Bronze Age. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, Bronze Age comics. Okay, cool.
Yes,
That's my
80s.
specialty.
The 80s, baby, the 80s.
Right. That's my specialty, obviously. With a minor in Silver Age. What
Have
about
you guys seen those new commercials for the 80s?
There's commercials. They're selling the 80s. What?
Yeah.
What?
It's on YouTube, and they're like commercials for the 80s. And it always starts out as like an 80s kid. He's like, hey, you people in 2025, do you remember the 80s when we were tough as shit and everything stung when you got a scrape because your mom said it was killing the bacteria?
I remember that. Yeah.
And
vaccine and shit?
just these kids talking about, do you remember the 80s when no one had a phone, so you actually hung out with your friends and saw and did stuff? And at the very end, it's like, hey, do you want to come back? We're waiting for you. It's like
What are these ads for?
the 80s.
Okay, James, that doesn't help. If you type Google search
no,
ads about
literally
the
like
80s.
it means like to go back to the 80s.
Yeah, I know, but I want to see
it's
these
literally
commercials. How do you
YouTube
find
videos
them?
About
Oh,
the
they're
80s.
not commercials. They're YouTube videos making spoof commercials. Jesus Christ, English is not your strong suit some days.
It's not my strong suit any day.
I'm over here looking for like commercials about going to the 80s, and you're like, YouTube, that might have helped.
Well, I mean, YouTube would have helped anyway. I mean, you can find anything on YouTube.
I think you have a point there, including stuff you don't want to find.
Yeah, you can find stuff you don't want to find even.
So, hey, do you guys know VO3, Google VO3?
No.
So VO3 is their animation AI that they use, where you can basically make animated or even movies and stuff. It's insanely good, but you
Really?
pay through the nose. You pay through the fucking nose. One of the Z-Nuts, Thruxus, made 5 short, they're like 8 seconds each, videos using Lady America. I got them. You want to see them? They're really fast. They're really cool.
Yeah.
All right, now I got to figure out how to do this with sound because of the fucking limitations of Restream. So give me a second. Okay, there, that'll work. I'm going to show you, like I said, they're 8 seconds each, so don't get excited. I'm going to share the tab.
I'm already excited. I mean, 8 seconds. That's not bad.
Here you go. First one I'm sharing to you. Let me know when we'll pop it up and I'll play it for people.
That's about how long you're expected to stay on a bull, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh,
Another day, another mission. Let's make it count.
All right, so that was the first one. Let's see if it just loads the second one. No, it makes the second one a new tab. Hang on, I got to reshare the fucking tab because of the goddamn limitations of Restream's inability to bring audio from a window unless it's shared as a tab. There's the second one. A couple of them are going to be the same, but they're still kind of cool. So different angle, different rotation on this one.
Another
Right.
day, another mission. Let's make it count.
I prefer the first one. But then he did these other ones that fucking blew my mind. Hang on. These are so fucking cool. Hang on. Screen share. This is number 3. Let's go ahead and share it. There it is. And there's 2 more after this. Like I said, they're real fast.
Another mission means another chance to prove why we're here.
All right.
Who did
Fourth
the voice?
one. It's part of the AI. It does the voice automatically for you. It's insane. Hang on. I'm going to give you the 4th one. And then we'll do the 5th one and we'll be done. But here we go. This is the 4th one.
Okay.
We've trained for this. Today, we deliver.
And then the last one we'll do, which is a different angle on that, but he changed up the angle on this one. And I like, these are cool. You could almost string them together as one, sequence of her walking in saying all these things. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Here you go.
We've trained for this. Today, we deliver.
Like, how fucking crazy is that, right?
That was the better one. That's the best one.
Well,
Number
I
4
like
is kind of weak. 3 is really good.
Yeah,
But
shut
that
up.
was the best one.
Shut up. You're a fucking critic. Shut up. But I
Did you
share
not
genius with you. I'm not looking for your fucking... Listen, when I give a dog a bone, I don't want to hear how it tastes. No, I
Then
give
what
it
was the proper response other than
cool. Those are cool. And that's all you need to
they
say.
are very cool, but
You
you know-
fucking hipster. You fucking hipster.
there's one or two of them that kind of come off clunky.
Well, you come off clunky and you're a
I
living
did no
person.
shit. Have you ever seen me freaking ride a bike? Oh my god!
No, I've never and will never see you ride a bike. Why would I see you
Oh.
ride a bike?
Oh, because now I'm gonna make it happen.
See,
I don't know how. Would you least expect it?
the
I
first
got a
thing
package from
thought-
Shadow. What is that? Oh my god, it's a VHS tape. I have to find a VCR now because I don't live in the fucking 80s like him. Oh, hang on.
No.
Oh, look, it's Shadow riding a bike. Who gives a fuck?
And the bike's like a Pee Wee Herman bike. He's just whipping around.
Having
Yeah.
a good old time.
Oh my god! That guy was so wrong.
Why were you
Why?
so wrong?
That bike's probably badass.
Oh no, the bike was fine. He was just a mess.
He was awesome. What are you talking about? Paul Rubin was probably the sanest person in Hollywood. Yeah, he got caught whacking off in a porn theater. There's a shock. Someone
There's a
whacking
shot.
off in a
What do you
porn
think
theater.
porn theaters are for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason he got caught was because he was Paul Rubin, and they made a big deal about it. I guarantee you, nameless perverts are jerking off in those things on the daily. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Woe be the guy who has to clean that fucking shit up.
Right?
Is that or
Especially if you let it dry, because I don't know if you know this or not, but cum leaves streaks.
but what? I know I don't want to.
Streaks. That's from one of Kevin Smith's movies. When Randall's talking about the guy that has to clean up the jizz boots. Yeah, I'm your private dancer. You never saw the original Clerks?
Yes, yeah, I have it.
Yeah. That's one of the conversations. And they're like having this whole thing about how they don't know if their life is worthwhile. And the one woman walks up and says, "That's why I masturbate caged animals for money. It's nice to have a job that has a meaning," or some shit like that. Because, she's helping keep extinct animals alive by collecting samples.
I would like to point out this was not my fault. I was
Well-
making fun of Shadow. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, and it went. See, my character would be standing there, and when she came out being all like that, I'd be like taking a puff on my cigar and being like, "Whatever you say, sweetheart." That's how my character would be. And he'd be rough looking with a long black long coat and maybe a brace of shiny 45s and a beard and goatee.
I've seen Clerks. I don't see where he'd fit in. I honestly I think that's.
Was there a Clerks 3 or just Clerks 2?
Yeah, there's Clerks 2, Clerks
I think
3.
there's 5 or 6 of those movies.
No. There's only like 3 Clerks.
I mean,
Clerks-
Kevin Smith's. Because you got Jay and Silent Bob. Jay and Silent Bob.
That's the View Askew universe. But
Yeah.
the Clerks 3 came out in 2022 and is really good. It's really good.
Is that the one where they hire like an animal sex show?
No, that's Clerks 2.
Yeah, and it shows up and it's like a donkey and a dude.
Clerks 3 is where Randall has a heart attack and then decides his life is meaningless and he has to have meaning. So he basically starts shooting the movie Clerks.
Ah. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
Interesting.
It's really good because it's not goofy stupid. It's more like his original stuff. It's got heart, and the ending will make you cry.
I mean, a robber doesn't come into the store and shoot Dante in the face, does he?
No, but the ending will make you cry. I highly recommend watching it. I really do. I was like, I don't want to fucking see this. Clerks 2 was stupid, and I'm tired of Kevin Smith. My friends like, just watch it. I'm like, all right, fine. And I watched it, and at the end of the movie, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I forgot Kevin Smith knew how to make films once upon a time. Like, that's why I love Mallrats so much, because he knew how to make films, you know?
What'd you think of Dogma?
Chasing Amy is so good. I hate Dogma, and I will tell you why I hate Dogma. A buddy of mine passed me the script about a year and a half before it came out when the script was flying around, and I got a copy of it, and I read it, and it was a great script. One of the key characters in the script is the angel who's a stripper, and she is in the script. She's this amazing character who's like full of wisdom and insight, and she's sarcastic, and she's funny, and she's this great fucking character. And then they cast Salma Hayek, who couldn't act her way out of a fucking shopping cart. And then they had to cut 90% of the character because Salma Hayek can't deliver, you know? And it was heartbreaking because when you read the original script, that character, Seraphine or whatever her name is amazing. She's like the best character in the film. Oh, well, cast someone who can't act because of their tits. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad.
I thought Mallrats was pretty good.
Chasing Amy's amazing.
Amy was really good.
And we're done.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob should never been made. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back should have never been made.
Yeah.
Clerks 2 should never been made, but there's some setup in Clerks 2 that pays off in Clerks 3 that you kind of needed it to have some really heart-touching moments in Clerks 3.
I don't know. Clerks 2, when Randall decides he's going to take the word back.
I like when he does his imitation of the Lord of the Rings movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm walking. And I'm walking. And I'm still fucking walking. Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Oh, yeah. And the Star Wars fan is just getting so pissed. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. And, you know. And then the blonde chick in there is, I think, Kevin Smith's actual wife. The one that they keep saying has baby penis.
In Clerks 2?
Yeah.
I don't know who that
blonde
is.
girl.
The blonde girl in Clerks 2. Who is the blonde? Yeah. The blonde girl in Clerks.
That's
Clerks
Kevin Smith's
2.
wife.
Kevin Smith's wife is Jennifer Schwaback Smith. Was she blonde in Clerks 2?
I think so, yeah. That's also the one where frickin'
Oh, yeah, she was. Yeah.
Jason Mewes is standing in front of the drive-thru to frickin' cue Lazarus goodbye horses, doing all this crazy shit, and everybody's just like looking at him, and I don't know.
Man, I told you this before. It's coming. I'm gonna have to make a post on my Facebook pretty soon, explain all these new fans of RPG stuff that are adding friend requests to me on Facebook, which is hi. This is my personal Facebook. Keep your left tard and your right tard shit off of it, please. Like, just fuck off. We're here to talk about stupid
Facebook
shit.
is, man.
No, it's for posting memes. That's what it's for.
Well,
Fun,
it's
stupid
that too,
memes.
but it's like my nephew pissed me off the other day, and it's like because he posted a picture of like the Gulf of America thing. He said, "Notice that all of the states around the Gulf of America are the lowest educated states." And I had to post me like, Florida's like #1 in education, right? You're from fucking Detroit. Shut up.
Where's the Gulf of America? I don't know that piece of
It
geography.
used to be the Gulf of Mexico.
Used to be. Really?
Yeah,
When
then we
did- when
changed
did-
all of the maps. Now it's the Gulf of America.
Did you include the parts that are not part of America, where it's
All
still
of
called
it.
the Gulf of Mexico, like Mexico and Central America and South America? Did they
Hey,
did they
don't-
go along with
don't
this?
Try to high ground me. We did it, and it's what happened.
Except no one else in the world gives a fuck.
No, I don't think so. I don't think most Americans do.
Oh, they did for like 5 minutes when there was their
But it pissed me off because
thing.
he's my nephew, and he's trying to play this "I'm so superior to everyone down there" thing. It's like, dude, you were born in Orlando,
Yeah, but he lives in Detroit. You owned him just with that statement.
so just fucking,
Oh
fuck
shit!
off.
Huh? Detroit is a fucking hellscape.
It is.
If I was going
Yeah.
to make a Gamma World movie, I would film it in Detroit.
And it just bothered me, man. It bothered me way more than it should have, because there's nothing worse than when people you actually care about
You
do
fair.
really retarded shit.
Your teeth are so fucking white, they're freaking me out. So I'm looking at my teeth to see, because I have good teeth, and I'm like, why are my teeth not glowing like shadows? Do you put the little strips on? What do you do? What do you do?
No,
That's right. You don't drink coffee and you don't smoke, right? I forget.
Yeah, no coffee, no smoking, no sodas.
Clean
So
living.
He's
Clean,
like,
clean living, because his big vice is the one that's going to get him into hell. So he has to make sure the rest is all good, so he can try and balance his heart with the feather.
That's not how it works.
I know. Did you not hear that last part about the heart and the feather, dumbass?
Oh, if I went by that, yeah, I would stand no chance. But
No, you never
fortunately-
know. You never know. You never know.
yeah, I mean,
that was my big problem with Christianity for the longest time. It's like, if I can't forgive myself, nobody can.
Well, I still think the greatest part of Christianity, and honestly, I do believe this is something I believe is the greatest part of Christianity, is the, Judgment Day. Hey, look at that. Everybody's been in purgatory. Come up here. All right, this is Jesus. Do you accept that he is Jesus? If you say yes, you get to go to heaven. If you don't, well, you're a fucking idiot. Because it's like, clearly says, undeniably, the Lord will stand before you, and if you deny him. And I'm like, well, that's like you're just an asinine fucking troll at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
really?
it's like, why would you do that? It's like, I mean,
I just because they've literally been freaking
Oh
drinking
my
too much of a certain flavor Kool-Aid for the last 20
look,
years.
I
Can you
don't care what
imagine?
Kool-Aid somebody's been drinking. When you see something with your own eyeballs,
And it
You're
says
given that ultimatum,
undeniably,
go ahead, be like-
undeniably. It's like you will have no doubt this is the Lord Jesus.
right?
If you deny him, you go to hell. It's like, who? What kind of contrarian do you have to be?
I'm
That's
pretty
an area.
worried, man,
Freaking-
just saying. You know,
I
there's
just
some
think- I
people I,
just
don't
think
want to
it's
rub
sweet.
elbows with. Just saying.
Listen,
Oh my
I just think
goodness.
it's sweet. I just think it's
Check
sweet
her out,
that basically, that's not bad at all. That's Power Girl, right? Yeah.
our girl.
I think it's absolutely the sweetest part of Christianity, which is like, listen, fuck up. You did all this horrible shit. You've been an asshole your whole life. But look, here's your last fucking chance. And we're going to make it real easy. To get the $1 billion, you have to answer this fucking trivia question. 1 + 1 equals.
Yeah,
Well, what does 1 mean? Straight to hell. Like, just, like, fuck.
well, it's kind of like
push
that.
the- they
scene
push
from
the red
Monty
button,
Python.
the
You're
trap door
standing there and
opens.
you walk up, and it's like, do you want to go to heaven or hell? Cake or death.
Cake or death? Cake. We're all with a cake. So, or death. That's my choice. Or death. I'll take the chicken.
I'll take the G, right? What have the Romans ever done for us? Well, road.
Aside from, and
Aqueducts.
then there's the list, which I've
Yeah.
said many times on this thing.
Yeah. Oh
And
man.
now I feel a need to find it again. What have the Romans ever done for us? And the answer is,
Education, roads.
apart from the aqueducts, sanitation, roads, irrigation, medicine, education, wine, public baths, and peace.
And peace.
You know, like, what have the Romans ever done for us?
Yeah, because I don't know if it happened or not. I don't believe it did, but in the TV show Chosen, Peter actually helps a Roman guy fix a sewer because, you know, people are getting sick and everything. And then the Roman guy ends up being the centurion that asks for his son to be healed and all that sort of stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm glad you guys couldn't see me because I had a knot in the back of my hair and it would not come out. So I just cut it out with a pair of scissors. I can't see the back of my head anyway, so I really don't.
Your wife will fix it later.
She generally doesn't mess with that. Like when I shave my head, that's generally just me.
Should just wait till you're asleep.
But for some reason, she don't want me to shave my head, even though I really want to.
Holy shit.
This is the perfect time.
My
of
youngest
the
niece
year.
just turned 36 today. Fuck, I'm old. God
Uh-oh.
damn.
This is a perfect time of the year down here to shave your head because then you feel so cool because it's the temperature's starting to drop a little bit. You know what I mean? And not having all this hair on your head lets heat evaporate.
James, you can try and sell us on the benefits of choosing to live in Satan's ball sack as much as you like. You live in Satan's ball sack.
Well,
What are you? Hang on. What are you laughing about? I live in Satan's taint. The People's
I was just
Republic of
thinking that. It's
California.
I was just thinking that. Yeah, pretty much.
and today I just watched a documentary about an alligator named Chester who got saved by the wildlife management and put in alligator land. When they put him in, he was 12 feet long, but apparently he grew a lot more feet while he was there.
I mean, actually,
And he lived a wonderful, happy life and eventually died of old age.
Did he have like more than 4 feet by the end?
We should all be so lucky.
Yeah, they had
I'll
to
be right
build,
back, guys. I can't hold it anymore.
Okay. They had to build a separate enclosure for him because every time they put him in with other alligators, he tried to kill and eat them. And, you know, which is really weird because if you ever go to Gatorland, you walk on this catwalk over the swamp and there's literally like 100 gators just kind of floating down there looking at you. But for some reason, Chester hated everything.
Good for Chester.
They even tried to marry him off. But every time they put a female gator in with him, he'd attack her. So they're just like, okay. So at the end of the day, he had his own private little enclosure where you could go and look at him and they'd feed him. And he'd just sit in there. And he was a crowd favorite because he always hissed and put on a show anytime anyone like got near him.
Nice.
He acted like he wanted to kill you, which he did. There's even one scene where one of the trainers, Chester's mouth's open. The trainer's like putting his hand in his mouth, like slapping him, and F's up, and Chester catches his fingers. And the guy's just like, ah! And it's like, yeah, he's a 14-foot alligator. What are you doing? You know, I mean, the guy got his hands out before he lost fingers, but they were messed up. They were pretty crushed. Chester didn't have a lot of teeth.
You want to try and bite my fingers off?
No,
You just want to be
he's
treated.
like, not right now.
No, later. I'll bite you
Later,
later.
when you're asleep.
He got a SWAT today because he came to. I was taking a nap after I ran some stuff this morning. I came back. I took a nap. He got in bed and he decided now would be an excellent time to play Attack the Hand, and then he gave it a hard bite.
Ah,
and that gets you a slap, right? And so now he's being like sweetie boy because he's like, I don't know what I did wrong, but something went wrong, so let me be good. It's the best.
See, my dog will run, dive on my bed in the middle of the night and start clawing at my hand, which is his
Really?
signal for, hey, I really, really got to poop.
Well, they have a box.
And
Remember I
then
said I
I
was going to move
climb
the litter
up
box in here? I moved the litter box in here so I can be on top of it more.
Yeah, and then I got to climb out of bed and take him out back. And then, of course, you know how dogs are. They got to run around a little while and investigate all of their various pooping
Yes.
opportunities to make sure they poop in exactly the right place they were looking for. And it's just like, all right, little bastard. I'll tell you what, if he wasn't so cute and adorable,
That was a palm.
he is.
Palms are like the more psychotic cocker spaniels.
What I was told, and I don't know if this reads or not, is that Pomeranians are dogs for people who love cats. Because before I got into the Pom thing, I used to only own cats. I was a cat person. I had this old striped Mal that I had him for like 14 years, you know, and just I liked cats. I did not like dogs very much. And then the wife brought her dog, and over time it just grew on me, you know, like he sits on the back of the couch and watches you, and you know, he'll sit next to you, or unless his belly gets hot, and then he'll go lay on the tile floor sprawled out, you know. And he loves my blanket because my wife bought me one of those self-cooling blankets.
Okay.
And he loves it. And that blanket is amazing. Like anytime you touch it, it feels like the cold side of the pillow every time.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I don't know what it's made out of, magic and fairy dust and stuff.
Ooh, like gay people.
Yes. And it's amazing.
Cool.
People. I mean, yeah. I mean, kind of. You're not wrong exactly at all, are you? No magic, fairy dust.
Yeah, magic and fairy dust. That's how you get gay people. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong. What movie? That's Letterkenny or something. Every time.
No, that's from Seinfeld.
Oh yeah. Every time they say something about a gay person, they all stop. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Yeah. Because I mean, you know.
All right, I need more coffee. I'll be back. You guys can talk about painting or something.
Seinfeld actually was pretty hilarious.
I missed all that, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
I said my self-cooling blanket was made out of fairies and glitter dust and magic. And he said, like gay people. And I was just like, yeah, like gay people. And then he said, not that there's anything wrong with that.
Okay,
And
I didn't hear that.
yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that. Which was a Seinfeld skit.
I never watched that show, but a couple of times. It was just not my thing.
Nothing is.
No, there's a lot of things that are my thing.
Okay, Shadow, tell me about your thing. I want to hear about your thing. What's your thing?
Uh,
I already know it's going to be something obscure that hardly anyone else knows about.
the whole hobby, dude. I'm involved one way or another in just about every aspect of it at this point. A big part of it though is genre mixing. Or melding, you know, two things, you know, peanut butter and chocolate, sci-fi and westerns, throwing horror into any
Everything can be a horror game.
right. And growing up, there was a lot of the people I hung out with and people I gamed with. It was always just one thing. It's got to be one genre. Don't be bringing any weird shit in it. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, I grew up on comic books more than anything for the first, 12, 14 years of my life until I found, Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm like, why would you not want, I mean, the Marvel and DC comics alone, or you can throw in Image, whatever. Every one of those universes incorporates everything. You know what I mean? There's every character, and every character comes from like almost their own genre, if you will. You know what I mean? Like the Avengers, perfect example. You've got the tech guy who's hard sci-fi. You've got Thor, he's freaking, magic. You've got Doctor Strange, magic. You've got mutants. You've got aliens. Just all these great ideas, come together and save the world every.
You got this deaf guy that's really good with a bow.
Right?
That's so lame. Hawkeye is the lamest.
Really, he was my first favorite character. Really? Why? I mean,
why is he lame? Because his superpower is good at archery.
Well, I mean, if you go all the way back, he was good at a lot of things, and he did at various times actually have superpowers.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about my subject of expertise?
Yeah, he was telling me why he did.
I've been listening to the whole thing. I
Okay.
literally was making a cup of coffee, chortling at him, bugging you about it'd probably be something obscure we don't know about. I was fucking crying laughing. It was so funny. Fuck you, hipster. James, could you change the layout so we can see each other's faces a bit better by chance? Please?
Yeah.
That's perfect. There we go. All right, keep going.
Yeah, my camera is like on a weird side, so I have to like lean sometimes.
Your camera's very hipster. Now keep going, but you're talking about the Avengers.
They were fucking great. I know a lot of gamers did not read comic books, and for them, I feel bad for them because they missed out on, some of the greatest challenge exercises you could come across, to help you be a better GM.
I learned more from reading comic books as a kid about reading and vocabulary and high concepts than I ever did from school. Because it presented an idea, and then I'd have to read about it in the encyclopedia to see if I could understand what the hell they were talking about, and I learned that way. Comics were once upon a time a great educational tool. Now, why Hawkeye? Why we love Hawkeye? You can go, hey, he uses a bow, he's so stupid. Yeah, I get that. But if you read the comics, as opposed to just using the movies as your guideline, James, Hawkeye is the baddest ass of them all. He's the only guy who he loves Captain America. He idolizes Captain America, but he constantly challenges him to prove himself better. He doesn't just fall in line like everybody else and go, yeah, okay, Cap. He's like, whoa, why are we doing this? Like, he's that guy, you know what I mean? And as a result, we fall in love with him because he's the one voice. My
favorite Hawkeye moment was when they did the 1, 2, 3 thing against Ultron, and Hawkeye was the one who knocked him into the freaking vat of molten adamantium or whatever. Fucking awesome. And I'm pretty sure it was his idea,
I love 210ish, somewhere in that area, where Scott Lang and Hawkeye have to break into the insane asylum to rescue Janet Van Dyne, who the Taskmaster has captured. And it's the insane asylum where he's
Taskmaster is one of my all-time favorites. As a matter of fact, I was wondering about the same thing you asked me about if I was going to make a character last time. It would be like Taskmaster, Deathstroke, and I forget the other one. I made a list somewhere. If I could, meld,
So you just like villains, is all you're saying?
I do like villains, but if things were different, and in a lot of cases, like Deathstroke, he was more. Like the neutral guy,
really, the guy who took out a contract on a bunch of teenagers, the guy who slept with a teenager and used her as a subversive agent against said teenagers. That guy.
I didn't read that stuff.
You didn't read the Judas Contract, which is like the greatest story of the Teen Titans ever.
No, I didn't get that far yet.
Which Teen Titans?
We talk about it's like the beginning of the new Teen Titans. Like, oh my God, Shadow.
It's been a while. That omnibus is on my list. So,
which Teen Titan did he sleep with?
And Tara, who is actually the sister and princess of Markovia, and she's
Tara, the one that can throw rocks.
Yes. So 50-year-old spoilers or 40-year-old spoilers for everybody. in the Judas contract, she joins the Teen Titans, and she's very, very troubled. And Beast Boy, Changeling, falls in love with her, and then they put her in, and we find out, oh fuck, she's actually a plant that Deathstroke is using to dismantle and assassinate the Teen Titans, and that's like, and he's fucking her, and she's 15.
I didn't know that.
That's your buddy Deathstroke.
That makes him a villain, all right.
That's your buddy Deathstroke right there. The guy who took a free contract to kill the Teen Titans because his son tried to be a fucking assassin like him and died fighting them because of the enhancements that Hive gave him. So now he's actually doing it for free for Hive to get revenge on the Teen Titans for his son being a fuck up. Yeah, that's your hero, Deathstroke the Terminator, right there.
Well, he's not my hero. I just like the
Slade Wilson, Deathstroke the Terminator, pedophile. Yes.
You got to admit he was a very interesting character. Whether you love to hate him or however you want to look at it, he was definitely a unique motherfucker.
Now, let's move on to your other favorite, Taskmaster. I have no power except I have photographic reflexes, which allows me to watch video footage of you and then do what you do. So I've watched tons of footage of Captain America and Spider-Man, but I have no training or skills myself, so I'm a fucking cheapo carbon copy of you guys. I just copy-paste you shit. Oh, and because I really have no fucking principles, I'm just going to kidnap homeless people, brainwash them, and train them to be goons for other villains. That's your other hero right there. Please continue.
He's tearing you apart, man.
Hey, they were interesting characters. You know, when Taskmaster took apart the Avengers, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, but so what? He's a bad guy. He's a cool bad guy, but he's a bad guy.
Yeah. And let's be honest, though. I mean, really, the only Avenger that's anybody would have to worry about is Thor anyway.
You would think, but no. Thor easily gets his ass handed often, like when Rogue did it to him in Avengers Annual number 10.
Well, Rogue's
Oh, wasn't that a great one? Oh my God, when she just first
Frozen-
hopped onto
just-
the scene.
She's amazing. She fucking takes Cap's power. She beats Thor up, throws Thor through the window. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I've actually got
Rogue
two
is
copies
different.
of that one. For some reason, I ended up with two copies of that.
I have a T-shirt of the cover, which is faded, and I got to get a new one made. But I have the cover as a T-shirt, and up in what's left of my comics over there, I have Avengers Annual number 10. I will never let go of it.
It was again amazing.
And the art, Michael Golden's art, Micronauts. The guy who did Micronauts. Is so
I've got that. I've got that omnibus right here. It was
So
fucking
good.
awesome. See, for me, I've always had an appreciation for the one guy, you know, the one bad guy who could take out or take on these super groups. Even Shredder, you know, it took all four, or Magneto, where single-handedly this one guy is a challenge.
Where's your love for Count Nefaria?
I don't know who that is.
Oh my God! So Giant Size X-Men number 1, where we introduced the new X-Men, one of which is Thunderbird.
Oh, I've got that
Next-
somewhere.
The next issue, they've got to run off to Mount Cheyenne where something bad's going on, and it's Count Nefaria taking over Mount Cheyenne. They fight him. He tanks most of them and then gets away in his plane. Thunderbird jumps on the plane to try and break in. The plane explodes in the air, and that kills Thunderbird. That's why Thunderbird died really early in the series, and then later his brother Warbird shows up. Count Nefaria tanks the Avengers as well. You really need to pick up Avengers Volume 3, which is the Kurt Busiek, George Perez run from the late 90s, early 2000s.
Right.
Holy fuck. It's all nostalgia, right? It's our Cubies are going back into the past of the Avengers and bringing ideas again to the front. And he writes it so well. And the Nefaria is really good. Graviton is really good. Like, you should read these. They're really good. Absorbing Man. I love Absorbing Man. What are you talking about, man? I love Absorbing Man, James. He's awesome. He's such a fucking pie head.
Mind you, I stopped getting comics regularly around the time the X-Men did that stupid fucking alternate universe X-Men story.
Age of Apocalypse, which is
Yeah. I hated fuck. It was right in the middle of a cool story, and then suddenly it's like, what happened? You know what I mean? Oh, we're doing this instead. Okay. I think it was like 1999 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's around 95. Around 95 that happens.
And that was it for me. It was like, I'm done. You know, and I stopped working at the comic book store where I was getting the big discount. I think I moved to Virginia right after that, so it was just. And only recently, in the last couple of years, I started picking up stuff, but nothing new because everything that's new right now is.
Virginia is for lovers.
Virginia is for lovers.
What are you pulling out, Bear?
You'll see. You'll
Okay.
see.
Okay.
I just got to go through it and find what I'm
The way back in the day, with the beginning of the Spider-Man with the freaking blue hoodie or whatever. I think I stopped reading Spider-Man before that. I know it was really big, and I think I have some of
Are
them,
you
but
talking about Spider Gwen?
no, way before that.
Yeah, because I remember Spider Gwen, who went on to become Fangirl, whose whole thing was trying to be just like Deadpool. She even started dressing like Deadpool, but she wore pink and white. They're red and black. I don't know why. I mean, just the thing she did.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Well, I mean, my daughter is into comics, and she seems to be a huge fan of the Spider-Verse and all that thing. But I have to admit, I've never liked Spider-Man.
When I was, I think I was like 12 or 13 or something. I wanted a subscription to Spider-Man and Star Wars as like a Christmas present or a birthday present, and it was one of the greatest gifts I got ever. Just because every month I get those comic books would be shipped to my house, and I freaking read the hell out of them, and it was great, because I couldn't, guarantee that my liquor store, which is the only other place to get comic books, would have that issue in the spinner rack, when I went to go check it out.
I used to buy my Savage Sword of Conan's from a convenience store. Like
Yep,
when you walked in immediately,
It's funny.
the door was like a big magazine.
I love ROM. I love ROM so much. It was one of the very first omnibuses I bought. It was awesome. ROM was so good.
I don't even know what ROM is.
He's like a cyborg from another planet that's chasing this alien race of shape changers that like damn near destroyed his home world. And
All right. Rom the Space Knight. It's really awesome. It was a toy that they did a crossover with, introduced the Dire Wraiths. It's an amazing story. You should pick it up, James. You'd love it. Okay. Oops. Sorry.
that was funny. You did it again.
Yeah, it's the space bar, the comics at the space bar. So first, best 4 issues in the history of comics. James Robinson's The Golden Age. This is, without a doubt, the best reimagining of the end of the Golden Age from the DC universe that you will ever read. It is so fucking good. So fucking good. Clearly Avengers Annual number 10.
Fuck yeah, that was a great one.
Never mind what they did later. The introduction of Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy as Spider-Woman, was amazing. The first issue they ever did of that. Edge of the Spider-Verse, this is the one where she first appeared. This is really fucking good comic. The Elementals, The Natural Order, the original opening story that introduces Bill Williams' Elementals, which is Island Dr. Apocalypse, Death Duel Against the Destroyers from Villains Vigilantes, is the same story as this for the most part.
Okay.
This is an amazing. Get it as a trade paperback. It's fucking amazing. Battle Chasers.
Never heard of
Battle Chasers is a fantasy comic book done by a guy named Jim Madura. He's done lots of stuff since, and he recently brought it back on a Kickstarter. Battle Chasers ended on like a cliffhanger issue, and then he stopped doing it for 20 years or 15 years, or more than that, but 20 years.
it. Wow.
It's fucking amazing. The art's very over the top, Choi Campbell style stuff. Like the characters have huge tits and stuff like that. But the story is really good. If you like fantasy, it's really worth it. I highly recommend picking up Battle Chasers. And then it's a little comic called Heroic.
I'm still waiting for my copies. I read them. I liked them, but I'll probably just have to wait till I meet you at Claricon and we'll make a trade.
I'll just give them to you. I'll autograph them for you too.
Well, yeah, I will insist on that.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
I'm a big autograph hound for some reason, and I want autographs from people who are not famous. You know,
I just realized I got to put these back on the shelf before the cats decide to start clawing.
so that
oh, shit.
yeah, you want autographs from people who aren't famous, so you can be like, you.
I
Probably
knew them when because I'm a hipster shadow.
No, it's
I'm
not. It's not
shadow
really,
stir.
it's not really that. It's for Jackie, and partially for my dad. He had when he passed away, I found his autograph book, and it was empty.
That's sad.
Yeah. So I was like, and then I shortly, well, not shortly thereafter, but my first autograph was my friend Roger Zelazny, and from that moment on, it's like anybody, like my friends when they would give me a book, I would make sure, hey, write something in it, that way.
I got to put that guy's antennas on.
The
Tick.
fucking love the Tick. One of the biggest mistakes I ever made in my life was selling my Tick comic book.
I am mighty.
Should have never done it. I did it. I even had an uncut sheet of the first run of the Tick trading cards. I
Nice.
sold it all in a bundle. Stupidest thing I ever did. Well, not the stupidest, but when it comes to reselling.
I love the old Tick comics. I love the animated show. I love the first live action show. The second live action show was meh, but the first one was so. Patrick Warburton was born to play the Tick.
I love that Mickey Dolenz played Arthur.
Oh yeah, he was one. Wasn't the only one. There were two voices for Arthur, but he was one of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
Arthur. He makes a good point.
Snowflame, a supervillain powered by cocaine.
He's real. It's true. It's not a lie. That's a real thing.
how about the ninjas? We're a hedge.
We are a hedge. Nothing to
Yeah.
say. Move along. We are a hedge.
But the best,
He goes onto the beach and he's standing in the waves, and Arthur's like, "How is it?" And he's like, "It's kind of sharky out here."
It's a little sharky. Yeah.
The
Welcome to Pocoponesia, where we have two things: pineapples and sharks.
the best part of the Tick. I'm just going to say a word that's going to be nonsense to everybody, but wubba 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 wubba. That was fucking so fucking. I fell out of my chair reading that because it just goes on for like 3, 5, 6 frames, whatever it was. That freaking flagpole and is still just vibrating.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so good. Yeah, I mean, because
I-
most people would miss it, But if you're paying a little bit of attention, you're like, what the
So-
shit? This is still,
Do you
and
know
he
why
doesn't even notice it.
Do you know why Mystery Men was so good?
I'm willing to hear the answer. I'm not in agreement.
Read the production credits. Ben Edlund was one of the creators on Mystery Men, the movie.
Okay.
The Tick guy, the guy who made the Tick.
Right.
That's why. That's what makes it so good. Because when I first saw it, I was like, "This is stupid," and then I watched it again. I'm like, "Oh my fuck, this is actually genius.
Yeah.
This is so funny."
The
there
guy
was-
who could
there
turn
was some
invisible,
good
but
stuff.
only if no one was looking.
Hey, how about we put on some pants if we're gonna fight crime today?
Yeah, the shoveler.
And I really like Jean Garofalo for a good part of her early career, and then I couldn't stand her.
Well, good luck. It's the early part of her career, so you can enjoy this part of it.
But one of the things that really rubbed me the wrong way was Ben Stiller hated comic books more than anybody I've ever met.
Doesn't matter.
It was like, why are you doing this? I mean,
Who
obviously,
cares? Shadow. Who gives a fuck what Ben Stiller thinks? It's the product we care about, not the person.
yeah, but I mean, that was like you telling me that Deathlock was a pedo.
That's a character. That's different.
Right, but now my entire opinion of him has to
Artist.
change.
Artist. When it comes to actors and their roles, artist.
So whatever they do in their private life is completely immaterial.
I can dislike them as a person and still like something they produced.
And to be fair,
I can't do that.
it's Tina's
Because you're a fucking hipster. What's right? What?
Back then, 15.
No,
was-
it's called morals and ethics and values. I just
Sure,
can't.
sure. Lie to yourself if you must, but don't lie to me. Anyway, keep going, James.
No, I already said what I said.
We didn't hear you because Shadow was trying to pontificate and seemed like you had the more high ground.
In some states, 15 is legal, and in Hawaii, amongst Hawaiian natives, it's 14. And
As
most
well
Most
as
of Europe is
Arkansas and
16.
Germany.
And raise it from 12.
Yeah, most of Europe is now 16.
Yeah. So
Except Germany, which is 14.
Quebec is 16.
Florida's 18.
So the important question is, what's New York State?
I think New York State's probably 18 too, but I'm not sure.
Let's find out. Age of consent.
Are you sure you want to type that on your computer?
17. It's 17 in New York State.
Yeah, England,
Colorado, Illinois, Louisiana, Missouri, New York, Texas, and Wyoming.
I think the UK has a pretty low number.
It used to be 14. I know that.
Yeah, they're going to have to just keep lowering it, aren't they?
No, they raised it to 16 recently, but it used to be 14. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, they do everything kind of quicker than we do. Like in the UK, you go to primary school, then you go to secondary school, then you got to pass a test if you want to go to the last part of school. Otherwise, you can just go get a job, right? So basically, they enter the job market a lot of times at like 16 years old. Or you can join the military in England at like 16. And then if you go through the third part of your education, you can take another exam, and if you pass that one, you can go to university. I think it's actually kind of a cool system because it ensures that, you know, people who are actually smart enough to pass go.
How about this? I got a crazy idea. Crazy idea. Given the
Let's hear it.
extended longevity of humanity now, where we live to 80 and 90 years old in the first world, and we now know that the brain does not stop forming until 25 years old, let's move all the ages of consent and conscription and everything to 25. And then no one can argue anymore. No one can argue. They're killed their children. No, they're not. Their brain's done forming. They're full adults now. 25. There we go.
There's only one problem that I can see with that.
Oh, there's more than one, but go ahead.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's a lot, like, you know, going to jail if you sleep with someone under the age of 25. But you kind of need soldiers to be 17 or 18 or so, because at that age, they're stupid and they feel invulnerable. So they'll do things that, like, an actual grown-up man
Would go,
Would
are you
never
fucking stupid? You move the rock, asshole. Exactly. This is what the army of 25-year-olds looks like. Private fuckface, move those rocks, you piece of shit. You move them. Like, that's what that looks like. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, Fat Electrician actually has a whole video about, like, the 77th Infantry Division in
Okay.
World War II, where the average age was 35. Because the Army wanted to do, like, the oldest guy was in his 50s. The Army wanted to do an experiment. And these guys turned out to be absolute badasses.
yeah, so can we not use wartime as a measure for what peacetime armies should be like, please?
All I'm saying is they put all those old guys together, and they
Yes,
were
and
like,
those old guys wanted to go and fight for their country because they were in a world war.
well,
this is what
it's
everybody-
more than
this is
that.
what the problem
What
is,
they
is-
learned is the old guys don't F up.
That's fine, but when you're in peacetime, you don't need a brigade of fucking geriatrics. You don't.
They were so good that one of the top Marine generals renamed them the 77th Marine Division,
It's like talking
which is
to
a big
wall.
honor for the Marines
It's like
to call them Army
talking
Unit
to a wall.
Marines.
Well, yeah, because ain't ready for the Marines yet. Yeah.
Yeah, when did 35 become geriatric?
Oh, why not? Don't trust anyone over 30. Don't you remember those rules?
Oh, the wife is home.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully,
Now
she
you're in trouble.
figured out where we're going to go, so I can go take a shower and put nice clothes on. And
Golden Corral.
I actually have a moral issue with buffets.
Which is?
It is a system that promotes gluttony.
You're not wrong there.
And gluttony is, as we all know, one of the 7 deadly vices.
Sins.
You can call it sin, but I'm talking about
Well,
the fire.
The term in the fucking real world, not in some bullshit role-playing game, is 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, but in
7?
baptism of fire, it's virtues and vices.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Baptism
I'm
of
not
fire.
disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you why I said what I said.
That's fine. I just like that you have to argue it. That's my favorite part of you.
Okay, well,
No, I'm like it, James. Don't ever change.
you're
Keep
not
being
wrong.
you.
You're not wrong. But I mean,
Look, here's how it
in
works in this
addition to
panel
having
right
the
now.
Bible out the other day because of you,
Well, that's
I
nice.
had this tome out because of you.
There you go. So here's the
And
thing I
was
love about this
reading
panel.
about alignments and how vices and virtues work and shit like that. Again,
This is why I love this panel. James, I'm going to argue something, and it might have some Christian nationalism hidden into it and some orthodoxy and what have you, but I'm going to argue it because it's fun to argue and watch you guys get mad. Shadow, hey, what do you think of this idea? It's stupid. I don't like it because the guy who made it was a fucking this and that. And I don't know if you ever heard of this one thing. It's called Poop Farts. Poop Farts was this really popular band in the 70s in this one county in Los Angeles, and everyone loved them in this one block area. I'm a big fan of theirs. I have all their albums. And then there's me. Here's useless knowledge I have. Blah, 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 blah. This is an old man fucking backyard beer fest if ever there was one.
All it's missing is a couch out on the side of the road.
of all of the superheroes, I think my favorite's Power Girl.
You just like her titties.
Yeah, that's why I picked her.
That's what makes her super.
She's a hot blonde with really big breasts. I mean, duh.
And she was a rampant feminist.
I could change her.
Yeah.
Said every guy ever.
If she hung out around me, she'd be going to Orthodox church wearing a shawl on her head.
One of my favorite parts
Obedient
about
to her
Power Girl
husband.
is when they added the boob window. Because originally she didn't have the boob window. She just had a
Right.
big cleavage.
I love
And then they made the boob window. And then they had to explain the boob window. Like, why does this woman who's a feminist run around with a boob window, right? And they tried all the stuff. Oh, it distracted the male opponents. It did this and that. And then in one of the JSA's, the more recent ones in the last 20 years, I think it was Classified, might not, I can't remember. The writer's just like, the whole issue is from her point of view, talking about who she is. And she's like, you know, originally I was just going to put a Superman symbol there, but I was going to have my own thing. But then I never thought of one, so I just left it. But then she mentions, but you know what? I do notice a lot of guys and some girls tend to look at it.
I mean, how could you not? This big
And then,
beautiful woman.
and then she
land-
meets
It's like-
then she meets Jimmy Olsen because she's trying to find Superman. She's talking to Jimmy Olsen on top of the Daily Planet, and he's not looking. And she's like, "This is amazing. I get why Kal-El likes this guy. He's such a good." Oh no, there it is. He finally like, Merp. It's like so well done, so well done.
I mean,
Which Ninja Turtle is your favorite? I hate fucking Ninja Turtles. Go ahead.
Leonardo.
See.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Oh wait, my favorite is Picasso.
Picasso.
He wasn't in it.
Oh, Rembrandt. Rembrandt's my favorite ninja.
It's Leonardo, Michelangelo,
Cassini,
Raphael, and
Da Vinci. Da Vinci's my favorite one.
what's the fourth one?
Oh my God, really? Raphael.
I already
I
said
said
Raphael.
Raphael, Michelangelo,
Leonardo,
Leonardo, and Donatello.
Donatello.
They're all Renaissance artists. They're all named for Renaissance artists. That's why you say Picasso, because it's funny because he's not a Renaissance artist.
Yeah. Or a turtle. I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Yeah.
I like trains.
I love that little kid. He got famous for a while, and it was just because he's just like the woman
I like
asking a
turtles.
question. He's just like, I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Like, what?
I like turtles. My favorite bit though is still the woman doing the grape stomping who falls out of the bin and then lands on the ground. She's just like,
Oh my God, yeah.
fucking love that one, man.
Check out
Yeah, I'm
that
sure-
Captain America.
That's 1940s Captain America.
It might be based on him, but it ain't.
Well, if your fucking Parkinson's could slow down for a second.
I don't think it can.
Jesus Christ, I'm getting air sick on this one.
That was a great
Calm
answer,
down,
James.
calm down. I'm trying to get
That
it sorted
delivery
out.
was awesome.
That was
Okay.
really good, James. It was.
Hey,
Oh,
look,
hey, nice
look at everything
Vampirilla.
up on my shelves.
I think
Is
I've
that
got the same
Vampirilla?
one.
Let's see if he'll focus
Wait.
in now.
It's Kite Shield. Yeah, it's World War II cap, unless there's something I'm missing.
There is.
Tits? Got tits?
Nope. Damn it.
Put your hand behind it.
Okay. Good
It's
idea.
trying to focus. It's trying to focus on the fucking shelf.
Nice. What
Who the fuck is that? Yeah, who is that?
Soldier Boy.
Oh,
No.
from the fuck off. Fuck.
The original freaking whatever that dumbass's name is, Homelander.
No, Homelander wasn't Soldier Boy.
No. Soldier Boy was first. Then Homelander replaced
Not in the comics.
I don't know
Only in
about
the
the
TV
comics.
show. Well, I keep telling you to read them. Jesus.
But I thought you told me that they sucked.
I don't like them because Garth Ennis hates superheroes. So all the characters are stupid or corrupt. But it's still a decent read at the start. And then by the end, you're just like, whatever the fuck, this is annoying. If you're a superhero fan. But you'll like them because you're not a big superhero guy. So you'll actually get something out of it, is my point.
Except I've turned into a big superhero guy in my own brain, though. Like,
I'm not touching
I've
that one.
decided that the idea of role playing a superhero or villain is actually kind of cool.
To the two people left watching us, or anyone who watches us on replay, you goddamn well know you would love to be in a backyard with the three of us right now, barbecuing, drinking beer, and talking shit. You know you would.
My favorite character is April O'Neil. I can't argue with that, Dean Powell.
Is that
Of course, you guys
Peacemaker?
know who this is, right?
That's Peacemaker, isn't it?
Yep. 'Cause,
Wrong size
like,
helmet, but yeah.
I kind of liked what was his name? Casey Jones, was that it?
Casey
Oh,
Jones
no,
in the movie.
Your model come with this giant American flag to put behind him. It's like a freaking like a what do they call it? Diorama.
Yeah. That's cool.
Peacemaker with a giant American flag.
Have you been
All
watching?
he-
Have you been watching season 2?
I haven't even seen season 1.
Oh, you'd love it.
I saw a commercial and I thought, damn, I kind of like that character. He seems kind of cool, you know?
Oh, hey, speaking of, we were talking about Charlton Comics yesterday. Coco found the issue I was talking about with the vampire and the leather collar, etc. How awesome is that?
Vampirella?
So you can spank bank now? What?
No, just so I could reread it and try to remember, find it first. What it was that I liked about it so much as a kid.
See,
That's
you know
cool.
who that is too.
That's Homelander.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to catch you guys live. This is Old Men Yelling at Cloud show. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Automatic. I like how he works.
Oh, dude, I love the way he spells his name so much. I'm making a villain in the Zenith universe called Automatic. I'm from Austria.
Yeah.
I'm Automatic.
Nice.
The Old Man Yelling at Cloud show. Well, it was the epic show because I was building my Dark Mechanicum figures for my Dark Mechanicum army.
Oh, this looks
And
like
then we
Starship
started
Troopers
talking about
bugs.
superheroes. And I've recently picked up a bunch of superheroes from various whatevers, IPs.
Excuse me, James. Did you not, in fact, back the Heroic RPG?
I did.
Have you downloaded the
Right.
STLs for the characters we released and
So
picked
that's
them up
right.
yet?
You're right. I have not downloaded any of the characters.
You should.
But I
Lady
am
America, you've
a-
got Glamazon, you've got Turbo Fox, all great characters you could add to this collection of Jokers.
Nice.
I was just thinking about something.
And I am one of your big money supporters.
There you go.
Ditto.
So I'm paying for your cat food. Every
You are right now. Anyone on my Patreon right now is keeping my cats alive. So thank you all.
Anyway, my wife has informed me that it is time to get ready to go to our little date because she's also hungry.
Quick, Shadow, you were going to say something. What was it?
I just realized that painting superhero miniatures is actually going to be kind of easier than painting any other kind of miniatures.
Find out.
You can pretty much do whatever you want.
Well,
Like
you don't have to worry about
I tried to
you
paint
don't have
them
to worry
like
about the
actual
layering, the
characters.
shading. You hit them with the color, a wash, maybe a dry brush. You're good to go.
Well, and also here's a tip for you: don't do the eyes.
At first, I tried.
If
Right,
you just
I'm
do an
white.
ink wash, no, if you just don't even leave them white, just do an ink wash on them
The
later,
actual-
and you'll get that Fleischer 40s effect of Superman. That squinty look looks really cool.
I'll remember that as soon as I start getting some superhero minis.
Oh, you don't have a 3D printer, that's right.
No, we do not. No. And
Those
if
are
I
nice,
did,
man.
I would be in more trouble than you could imagine when it came to minis. Yeah.
Why don't you ask on the Discord about anyone who's willing to print up the STLs of the heroic characters, and they'll mail them to you.
I might do that. I actually need a mini for this month. I need a Headless Horseman mini, a really good one, and I've looked all over and I can't find one that doesn't kind of just
Suck. Well, find a Pumpkinhead mini. That's what you need to do. We lost James. We got James back,
Bam, there I am.
and more
Anyway,
shadow than you can handle.
These are the characters I think my brother and I should play.
The Venture
Hank and
Brothers?
Dean.
Yeah, Hank and Dean. Hungar would definitely be Hank.
Super Runaway.
Super.
Because he's got the retard strength.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if Hank might be Brock's son.
It was hinted.
But
Was it?
anyway, I gotta go. The wife you need.
I know the other one.
So
Okay.
peace and love. We'll talk about comic book characters next time.
Bye,
Have a great
man.
weekend, everybody.
We'll talk about heroic and all kinds of shit. It'll be great.
Bye.
Bye.